لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
To come back with the Hajj Mabrur, an accepted Hajj at all cost. So if I'm going to be pushed near the Kaaba, then so be it. If I'm going to have to wait longer than expected to change money somewhere, no problem. If it's hotter than I expected in the Mina tents and I'm really uncomfortable and I can't sleep, so be it. If I've got a bad stomach and I'm having issues with the bathroom, so be it. You know, whatever your normal necessity, your luxurious lifestyle that you have here in the UK or your homes, just put it to one side. This is a journey once in a lifetime. There's a reason it's for once. And, you know, you've given up a lot of time. You've put a lot of money into this. You've taken time off work. You're going to be away from your loved ones. It's almost like a one shot, a one time. Who knows, subhanAllah, if you're going to live from now up until when you fly out, let alone will you get another chance to make Hajj again. So this one really has to count. And therefore it's important to have the right mindset, not just from day one, because I find a lot of the time that people are all set and happy and yeah, we're ready for it, and until it starts getting rough. When it starts getting rough and it's hot and people are getting pushed to their limits, then you start seeing different kind of behaviors from people. Really important to keep yourself composed. You know, take the Quran, take your Mus'haf with you. You know, if you need to take another one or two of the Islamic literature books, keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy. You find, especially in the days in Mina, they're just sitting around like, you know, they're in the living room at home. Oh, there's no 4G, I'm just trying to connect with Netflix. What's wrong with you, man? You're on Hajj. Just put your full focus on the next 3 weeks and try not to waste your time with nonsense. Allah has chosen these days of Dhul Hijjah over other days in the year. So the same way Allah made Masjid al-Haram in Makkah a very special place, whether the Kaaba or Masjid al-Haram is there or not there, that boundary Allah has chosen for this place to be special. So whoever prays there, their rewards are going to be so much more multiplied than praying locally. Ramadan is a special month. The nights in Ramadan are like no other nights in the year. That's when you look for Laylatul Qadr in the last 10. But even the 30 days, you got your Taraweeh, your Qiyam. The days of Hajj, Dhul Hijjah, these days are like no other. So throughout the whole year, these are the special days where a person has to push themselves. And where you're going, the whole world cries to be there, because at home, you know, in the UK, the most people do is they say, we'll do Qurbani, you know, we want to feel like part. If you look at the reasoning behind why people do the Udhiyah, because they're not physically there in Hajj, but they want to be made to feel a part of the pilgrimage. So they'll say, right, so this is the date the restrictions come in place and we'll have to stop cutting nails and hair, and we want to sacrifice an animal too, and we want the reward. And it's all linked, you know, subhanAllah, to Ibrahim alayhi salam. It's all linked to our father. When you look at the sunnah of the Prophet Ibrahim, from Umrah to Hajj, you'll see everything is linked there. So you people are really the blessed people, subhanAllah, who are getting to go to the Holy Land. Please, please, don't let anything ruin that in your mind. Have that at the back of your mind at all times. Hajj Mabrur, that's it, that's my goal. I want an accepted Hajj, nothing's going to ruin that for me, inshallah. We'll go to the next slide. As I mentioned, there are some bits and bobs, inshallah, that we'll touch on in terms of what needs to be carried or what doesn't need to be carried. A lot of it, I would say, is when you're packing, no doubt, think hot summer. So, of course, you know, cotton or loose clothing, your standard kind of 3/4 bottoms or something you'd wear under a thobe, a t-shirt. A lot of people do shopping and they get carried away, they go with heavy bags. When you're going from the UK, your bag should be light. If you're coming back and you've done a bit of shopping, that's different. When you're flying out, try and fly light as possible. You know, there's no such thing in particular that you have to wear. Of course, sisters might be wearing their abaya and brothers might wear sharakh or thobe, whatever you're comfortable with. You don't want to be rocking up, you know, in Makkah, shorts and a vest on, thinking you're in Dubai or something. So please, concept, Islamic modest dress wear, the purpose of why you're going. But yes, when you're packing, you're thinking heat, you're thinking summer. Shoes are very important. You're going to walk, and you're going to walk a lot. So I would suggest 2 to 3 pair of shoes. You could have some open toes, you could have some sandals. You could have Skechers, you might even have trainers, something closed. But wear them in now if you haven't already started wearing them in. Don't go and buy them one day before you fly and then realize, oh, my foot hurts when I'm walking. And if you're not already going for walks, start going for walks. You're going to be pushed. You're going to be pushed to limits, definitely. But inshallah, it's worth it. Nothing easy in life, nothing good in life that you want to achieve comes easy, right? So everything has some mushkil and some difficulties in it. So how about such a big reward of coming back from Hajj, as if though you were newborn? How can the activity be easy or a walk in the park? Although, subhanAllah, I guarantee you by the time Hajj is finishing, you're scratching your head thinking, wow, that was a lot more easier than I thought it was. But the whole reason we hold these sessions and we have these discussions is to manage expectations, so that you're aware and you understand. There are certain days you're walking a lot. So make sure you've got comfortable footwear on, inshallah. Medicine, very important. Some of you, of course, might be diabetic. Some of you might have a special prescription. Could be insulin, could be other things. Please don't leave these things to the last minute. Yeah, a lot of the things, to be fair, are available in Saudi Arabia. A lot of the things are available over the counter. You have a lot of pharmacies, Al-Amanah and stuff like that. But that's maybe like antibiotics and things. Something that's like, you can only kind of get from here, or you're on a very important prescription, have a backup supply of medication. It's really important. And alhamdulillah, you always have a lot of doctors who are part of the group anyway. You find that you travel, you fly out like almost strangers. Like no one really knows anybody, but I promise you, by the time you come back like one big family. People all look after each other, subhanAllah. And that's what you realize. You could be in a minna tent, someone's having a heat stroke, other person's having help, water, paracetamol, what do you need? So I guarantee you, whatever you pack in your medicine bag, they'll come in use. But think about these things. Think about your feet. Think about, maybe bandages, plasters, something that helps to prevent blisters. Good footwear. All of these things are really key. Medication, as I've mentioned. Your phone, make sure it's unlocked. A lot of people turn up, my SIM's not working. Well, of course it's not working because your phone's not unlocked. And now we're running around trying to find a place to unlock your phone. It just makes things difficult. So you've got all this time to prepare. Make sure that you have these things in order, inshallah. Do you want to go to the next page, girl? Airlines, I won't really touch on too much, if I'm honest with you. I think a lot of it's self-explanatory. Everyone should know what flight they're on and what date. If you're not, then of course, speak to ourselves during the break. What I will say to you is that, look, everyone has a sense of responsibility. Yeah? When you fly yourself with your family, you follow the rules and regulations. So it's nothing different. Whether you're going in a group, not going in a group Hajj, the airline has, 30 kilos. Don't come to the check-in counter with 43 kilos and then look at one of us saying, well, why can't you help us? It's just about using your mind, inshallah. Follow the rules, the regulations, your hand luggages, what the restrictions are, what's allowed, what's not allowed. With 7 kilos. Generally speaking, on the days of Hajj, the airport's manic. It's absolute manic. So many people, better to get there early. I know a lot of you will be coming from far as well. Let's not take no risk. Let's be nice and early, inshallah. Let's be prepared. This is what I'm saying. It's so important to be organized for this Hajj. It's so important, inshallah, to be organized, for this Hajj. There's a mention of Zamzam. That's on the return. On the return, inshallah, before you fly back. There's Zamzam there that can be arranged at the airport. And of course, we'll explain that nearer to the time, inshallah. The next page, brother. Yeah, day of departure, as we mentioned, a lot of it is self-explanatory. Just make sure, inshallah, that if there's anything you're unsure about, you speak to somebody, beforehand. Don't wait afterwards. I wasn't sure what flight I was supposed to be on. There wasn't mentioned what time we were meeting. If there's anything you're not sure about, plan ahead. Ask, inshallah, whether it's packing wise, whether it's a meeting time, whatever it is, inshallah, you want to make sure that you're ready and you're prepared. Okay? As a side note, before you travel, settle any issues that you have in your life with anybody. And I can't emphasize this enough. Especially sometimes in our communities, there's a whole ego issue. There's a whole, this person didn't speak to me, so I don't want to speak to them. That auntie never invited me for her son's wedding, why should I invite her to my daughter's? There's some ridiculous stuff in our community more than others. I'm not saying others don't have it, but what I'm saying is you've got to put yourself first. You really, really got to understand this journey is like no other. So if you know that there's a problem with you and a family member, for the sake of Allah, be the first one to say, you know what, I'm traveling for a journey which is me and Allah, and I don't want no hard feelings in my heart. So if there's anything that I've done to have upset you in any way, shape or form, then I ask for your forgiveness. Bas. How hard is that? How hard is it generally from the bottom of your heart to seek another person's forgiveness? Because there's a big ego problem in our lives. Put all of this to be, put all of it to one side. Allah doesn't like ghurur, Allah doesn't like this egoness. Allah wants us to humble ourselves. This journey is about being humble. Submit yourself. Submit yourself in your personal lives, with your own relationships. This is what I was speaking about when I initially mentioned in the beginning. Mentally and spiritually, we should have already begun the Hajj journey. And if we haven't, we should start now. This is one of the key elements. If you owe someone money, if you owe someone a haqq or right, settle this before. Have a conversation. There's certain topics that are taboo, or there's certain things we don't like to address. This is your meeting with Allah. Do you want it to be that something under the carpet was a reason that didn't allow you to have a Hajj Mabrur? Do you want to take that risk? No. Clean your heart. Clean your heart, my brothers and sisters. Wallahi, whether it's your family, whether it's your husband, your wife, your mothers, your fathers, your children, your neighbors, extended relatives, whoever it might be, clean your heart. This is a journey of spirituality. This is a journey of tarbiyah and tazkiyah, no doubt. This is a journey of cleansing yourself. Look at the hadith on Arafah. When Allah boasts to the angels, when you're standing in your dirty ihram, with mitti all over it, and your feet, you can't feel them anymore, and the heat's coming down, and you're raising your hands and you're standing on the plains of Arafah, and you're making dua, and people are crying. People are just crying. It's like, wallahi, it's almost like, it really gives you an insight onto the Day of Judgment. To be really honest with you, when you look at Yawm al-Qiyamah, when you see the Day of Judgment, you see that people are gathered in their millions. And nobody cares about anybody else. No one's really into anyone else's business. Rather, every individual is concerned about themselves. And every individual is asking Allah for His mercy on this day. Why? Because as per the narration says, that on this day, Allah He frees next from the hellfire. On this day of Arafah, as we know in another hadith, Arafah is Hajj. The one who doesn't make Arafah, he has missed Hajj. There's other parts of Hajj that a person may not be able to make, and they may be able to do a qurbani or something else to make up for that. But Arafah, if you miss Arafah and you don't make Arafah, halas, that affects your Hajj. So the happiness of people that they've made Arafah, and you see the Saudi authorities almost, you see planes and helicopters going around, people who are terminally ill in hospital, who can't make it, and they know literally they're on their deathbed. But they wanted to do Hajj. They couldn't make Arafah. The helicopters come and fly them over the plains and go. Just so they could have 5 minutes over the plains of Arafah. Wallahi, the day is a very, very, very emotional day. And it reminds you of the Day of Judgment. It really does. Everyone's in 2 pieces of white sheets. Everyone's looking the same. Brothers and sisters, everyone's looking the same. No one knows what's happening. No one's going to come. It's not a normal day. You're not going to come and start saying, so what time do you start work later on? You're gone. Your mind's gone. You're going through your dua list. Have I made everything that I had to make? Is someone I left out? Did I ask for this? I'm going to ask for it again. This is the event that comes once in a year. Allah brought me here. Am I ever going to come again? Will I ever come again? Ever in my life? And now's my time to come. And all that load I have in my heart, all the sins, all the evilness, all the shortcomings, anything. This is my time to open up and to leave here. This is my time to say, Allah, I'm here. I'm here for you, and I've come for one purpose. Maghfirah. I've come for forgiveness, Allah. Please don't allow me to leave these plains of Arafah. Don't allow me to put my hands down until you've answered my du'as and you've written my place in paradise. That is the day. So when you stand around you think, wow, subhanAllah, this is the closest to Qiyamah, this is the day of judgment. Everyone and people are so ecstatic. You'll see during Asr and Maghrib when it's a bit cooler, everyone's come out of their tents and some are doing du'as in groups, some are doing individually. Allah, it's an amazing time, it's an amazing feeling, and then you feel like, look at the ummah, wow. And then the Maghrib Adhan goes and ice creams and water sprays and drinks and Allah, people hugging each other and kissing and crying, happiness. Allah, we made Arafah, we made Arafah. And then of course you'll go to Muzdalifah, and that's the only time you'll pray your Maghrib and Isha together. That will be touched on later, but look, before I move over inshallah to the next section and pass over to the next speaker, what I'm really trying to do here is set the scene for all of you. I'm really trying to make everyone understand the magnitude, the greatness of where you're going, what you're about to do, what you're about to see. By Allah, you're chosen. You're so chosen, I don't know where to, I can't, there's no words that I can put into play to tell you how fortunate you are, that you should be thanking Allah. By Allah, you should be thanking Allah that He's giving you this chance and you're getting ready to go. Don't waste it. Please don't waste it. Humble yourselves from now. Tayyib. Wheelchair users, I know a few people have mentioned wheelchairs, there's a few people with mobility issues. Generally speaking, like Masjid al-Haram in Makkah, Medina, those who've done Umrah, you'll see there's facilities there. You know, there's facilities there. Even like Umrah, you can go on the top floor and do it. If you want to borrow a chair from there, even if you want to buy a chair from the pharmacy, you can. A lot of people do that and then they just donate it and leave it behind. Some people take it from home, which is fine as well. That all depends on you, isn't it? For example, if you're traveling with someone elderly and you know that they need the chair from here straight away, it'd be a bit silly to go to Saudi Arabia and then start looking for one, right? Because you'd be struggling all the way. Take your own one. If you know that they can manage short steps and they're okay traveling, but just the Umrah or the Sa'i might be too much, then inshallah when you're there, there's people who can push and we can try and help arrange, and that's a completely different ballgame. But the point is, inshallah, there's a few rules and restrictions with wheelchairs with the airlines. There's a lithium battery, if it's electric powered, or if it's manual. A few things to pay attention to. If it's battery operated, make sure you let the staff know at the check-in. Sometimes they need to remove the battery before they put it in the hole, inshallah. I'll stop at this stage. I will stop at this stage, inshallah. These are just a lot of the logistic stuff, which is, a lot of people would say common sense, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes things need to be touched on 100%, inshallah. So the next slide and the next speaker, inshallah, if you give us about a minute, we'll continue on with. So yeah, feel free to stretch your legs for about a minute or two, inshallah, and then we'll carry on. Barakallah feek. So I'm going to carry on, inshallah, for the next couple of slides, and we'll finish off the logistics before we go over to the Hajj rituals, okay? So the next slide is arrival in Jeddah. Arrival in Jeddah airport, mashallah, it's quite amazing. It's probably something like you've never seen before. It's not Umrah, so Hajj is very interesting. It's a very busy terminal, it's a very busy airport. Lots of buses everywhere, lots of staff, lots of people from the ministries, Zawaratul Hajj. So all of you know what package you're on. I believe there's different packages. So you know yourself, are you going to Azizia immediately, Makkah? I believe there's been an upgrade, alhamdulillah, I think you're in Fairmont as well. Some are going to Medina. So everyone knows their own package. When you get to Jeddah airport, of course the transportation's arranged, inshallah, and you'll be taken to, of course, where you're supposed to be going. So usually, from my experience, what I can tell you is that if you're going to Azizia, it's basically like an Umrah. Yeah? When you're putting your ihram on, it's like an Umrah. You make your if you haven't already been through the different types of Hajj, tamattu, qiran, ifrad, you see that most people do Hajj tamattu, which is like an Umrah and a Hajj type of thing combined. So your initial landing in Saudi Arabia, it's almost as if though you're just doing Umrah, basically. So when you land in Jeddah, and yeah, there is a wait, there's a nice lovely wait, it's very hot as well. Lots of time for you to do istighfar, sit around, get some coffee, get water, good spirits, happy smiley faces, inshallah. Look, you know when people travel, there's supposed to be difficulty in travel. I've never met a person who will catch a long flight from here to Australia, as an example, and they're just bouncing all over the place like a kangaroo. Like, what an amazing journey. Like, a lot of the time people are going to be like, I was tired, I was tough. In safar, in traveling, it's supposed to be tough. So your whole journey, like even by the time you get to Jeddah airport, you're like, I'm in ihram, or it's hot, you know, I'm feeling a bit tired, I didn't sleep properly. Well, you weren't supposed to sleep properly, because you weren't at home in your bed, on your memory foam mattress, were you? Do you see what I'm saying? So, this is what I was speaking about earlier, mentality. As soon as your safar starts, your journey's begun now. For the whole of Hajj, you should have that in your mind. I'm in safar, I'm traveling, it's going to be difficult, it's okay. Inshallah, this is why I'm here. No one forced me at gunpoint to come, right? I chose to come. I want to be here. I want to complete this pillar. I want a Hajj Mabrur. This is part and parcel of it, inshallah. So yeah, you do feel it. You feel it in Jeddah airport, straight away it's a nice welcome. And you'll realize, wow, okay, yeah, this is Hajj, it started now. Good stuff. Tayyib, transportation will take you to Azizia. For those of you who don't know what Azizia is, you should do it by now. But yeah, of course, building / apartments, kind of hotel looking things, mashallah. You know, it's really funny because when people go to Azizia in the beginning, they're like, oh, okay, that's Azizia, that's nice. And as Hajj goes on, they're like, once they go to Mina, when they go back to Azizia, they're like, wow, this is really amazing, can we stay here now? And in the beginning, when they were in a 5-star Fairmont, they're like, we don't want to stay in Azizia, we want to stay there. So as your days of Hajj go on and as you stay in different places, you'll miss where you were in the beginning and then be grateful for where you end up. When you get to Azizia, you'll leave your luggage, you'll probably have a bite to eat, and of course, you'll head off to the Haram to do your Umrah. No, you won't be left alone by yourself. There'll be a staff representative, group leader of such with you, inshallah, to take you to the Haram, take you to Masjid al-Haram, make a meeting point with you, potentially go down with you as well, but as you know, into the mataf, once you start your tawaf, no one's really together. If you're with your family, you've come with your wife, you've come with your husband, your brother, your sister, please make sure you stick together. I can't emphasize that enough. I find really strange behavior sometimes in Hajj. It's really interesting, especially a lot of the brothers. When we're moving from A to B, so for example, when you're moving from Mina to Arafah or Muzdalifah, we're loading the buses and everyone's going on one by one. And a lot of the time the sisters will obviously be with the sisters because they're in the tent. And the brothers come out and, you know, they're all over the place. My wife, where's my wife? You sent her on the bus without me. And it's like, but in the UK, you're like, go to Tesco by yourself, no problem. And all of a sudden, you're back in your Hajj now, and it's like, you're feeling all holy, like, you got the husband shoes on. How could my wife go on the bus without me? Brother, it's okay. We're just going up there. We're together. You will see her on that side. So yeah, mashallah, it brings out really strange, romantic side sometimes. It's good, just have that interest with your husband and wife the whole time, not just on a random bus in the middle of a desert. But yeah, look, you're in good hands. You know, you're going to get times where you're going to split, no doubt. Hajj, you're not going to be together. A lot of the time, a lot of the sisters who are traveling with family members, whether it's your sister or an aunt or a mother or a friend, really good. Even if you're not, I promise you, you'll make really good friends with the people you're traveling with, and they become friends for life. They really do. Because when you share that experience together, it's a really deep experience. And even the brothers, mashallah, some of the uncles, some of the young guys, if you're traveling with your dad or your brother, your uncle, great. If you're not, nothing to worry about. Before you've even gone out to the airport, you probably know the whole history of the person sitting next to you, the whole khandan and everything back home. And you really gel well, and it's a good thing because people look after each other. You need each other, honestly, you really do. So the days of Hajj, yeah, the tents, you've got the ladies, you've got men, you get these really, brothers, please, this is really important. And some of the uncles as well, man, subhanAllah, yeah, uncles more than even the younger guys. They open the woman's tent, oh, I'm just looking for my wife. What are you doing? It's a woman's tent. Some of them could have their hijab off. Oh no, I just wanted to know if she got my phone, we're just trying to call back home. Lahadik, man. You find some really strange things, honestly. You see that, yeah? They always like, you know, and the sisters are screaming, they're like, can you tell, like having a peekaboo, like, can you move away from the tent? Have your SIM cards, WhatsApp one another if you need to, tell your wife, come out. Because you will do that, you're not in the tent all the time. You know, you'll come out of your tent, you'll walk around a little bit. You know, you'll have moments, it's not like you're completely banned, you're not seeing it off or something, you're not like not seeing your partner, period. No, they're just in a tent next door to you. You can always just send a little message and, you know, in the evening or whenever you can go for a walk, you're right next to each other. But let's avoid opening up tents or like shouting and trying to look for one another and all kinds of strange things. You know, just because we mentioned tents, something came to my mind. There's a brand called Simple. I know obviously when you're in Ihram, your fragrance, you've got to be careful what you're putting on in terms of hand gel, shampoo, soap, whatever. Simple from Boots Any Pharmacy, it's quite good because obviously there's no fragrance, there's no smell to it. And that kind of stuff, it really helps. Small bottle, hand luggage, rucksack. Upon your journey on Hajj, it helps. Because OCD is an understatement, but when you're there, certain things you see, you guys are really lucky, subhanAllah. May Allah bless you all. Your tents are completely different ballgame to where the normal people stay. The European tents are not bad, to be honest with you. The European tents where you normally stay, they're quite good. But your VIP ones, you guys are spoiled, man, subhanAllah. They're amazing tents, they are, but a very important point. There's still a bit of a walk to the Jamarat. You have to remember that. Some people have a misconception, you're just going to open the tent and just throw the stone from here, and then khalas, back on the sofa bed. Can I get the fresh orange juice, Tropicana? Bit of difficulty. Because the last time I done Hajj, and the only time, because I haven't been fortunate enough to stay where you guys are staying, right? There's a solid walk from those who've done Hajj before, you know the normal European tents of where we stay. A walk to Jamarat is, mashallah, it's a proper walk. So where everyone is staying, you're very blessed. Allah, you're very blessed. You're staying in beautiful tents. But there is an element of walking, and that's again what I said. Just remember, inshallah, yeah, there's going to be toughness. There's going to be some days that are really hard. So like for example, this first day, this is quite hard. When you land, it's a bit difficult. You're in Ihram, you're hot and bothered, you've just travelled, you've caught a flight, you haven't slept. You get to Azizia, you probably have a bit of food, and then of course, a member of staff, assigned to yourselves, you'll get on some sort of bus, you'll get as close to the Haram as you can. Then you get into the Haram and there'll be a meeting point to say, right, this is the gate, this is the door. This is where we're going to meet, this is the time, and you'll just go down and you'll do your Umrah. You can try and go down together if you can. You probably won't last in the mataf maybe more than a minute before people start to split like they do with Umrah. But it's fine. You'll do your tawaf, you'll do your sa'i, you'll come back to your meeting point inshallah, and then from there you'll go back. Some people might finish early, no problem. You get a taxi and go back inshallah. Some people might be running a bit late, that's why it's important to have phones. Communication is so important. I can't emphasize that enough. If you've got no SIM card and we can't contact you and you can't contact us, that's a recipe of a disaster. And it's happened, I promise you, I kid you not. There's people who've gone for Umrah, you're given a set time, it's gone an hour past that time and they're nowhere to be seen. What other choice do we have? We have to go back because it's not fair on the other people who did come on time and an ample amount of time was given. So this is a very key point to remember, not just like, even something as small as if we give you a time, 8:30 be in the lobby, because we're going to go on the bus for ziyarah at 9 o'clock, and you're still upstairs, putting another omelette in your plate, topping up the fruit, and it's going on 9:45, the bus is going. And then you can't be upset afterwards, you didn't wait for us, we didn't get to do the ziyarah. When we're giving you timings, I said a minute ago, that there are times we don't know what's going to happen. For example, if we're saying on the tough day, the night before Hajj begins, the bus plans to come between this time to this time, and we're going to go to the Mina at 10. And it doesn't happen. The bus doesn't come at that time. That's normal, because those buses are released when the Ministry of Hajj released them. They're not in our hand, right? But what's in our hand, like we know ziyarah, we want to leave at this time, and you're not coming down at that time, we can't inconvenience the whole group because a few people just, felt a bit peckish. Yeah? So the same thing with meeting point. When the group leader is telling you, this is gate number 12, this is the time, after the Umrah is done, we're going to meet here, and then we're going to try and get you back to Azizia. I get it, things can happen, right? You might be with your parents, someone needs to use the bathroom, someone felt sick, someone was tired. But if you've got a SIM, if you can text or WhatsApp or something, at least we know, okay, that's where they are. I'll stay behind and wait for them, and maybe you go ahead and let's not delay everybody else. When there's no communication, it's a disaster. So please make sure all of your SIM cards are unlocked, and make sure that, when you land, you get your proper SIMs with minutes and data. A lot of people sometimes they'll just get data. They think, oh, but you've got Wi-Fi anyway, it's fine. Don't be stingy, spend a bit more, right? You've got your husband and wife with you. You want to call. You want to call local number. Go ahead.
Sorry, one question. So if you did Umrah, some people might be doing the walk in the Makkah.
Yeah.
Some people on the first day completed that would.
You could finish at different times, yeah.
Substantially, will you allow for that time?
Yeah, the typical time that we give is ample amount of time. We wouldn't just get to the Haram and say, right, you're about 57 minutes, Speedy Gonzalez, you're moving. We'll give you a good 3 hours as an example, 3.5 hours. It's 12 now, 3:30, 3:45, mathalan. You know what? You've got your time, ample amount of time. So you factor in anyone with mobility issues or wheelchairs or anything like that. Even a stop for a toilet break or wudu, I get it. It's hard. You can't just all do Umrah and Sa'i at the same time, and we can't expect everyone to be together at the same time. So this is what I'm saying, as a group, we need to start thinking about each other from day one. Because other people might not have mobility issues or medical issues, but others do. So we're one big family. As the hadith says, you don't love the person you love for your brother, what you love for yourself. You don't love what you love for your sister, what you love for yourself. So it's not just timekeeping, it could just be general things. Help one another where you can. But a lack of communication, that's poor. Because if we didn't, converse or we didn't communicate things with yourselves, you wouldn't be happy. And you'd say, well, look, we weren't given this right information. It's the same with us. If you're not communicating back with us, because there's 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5 of us, and there's a lot more of you, so it's easier for yourself to keep an eye on where I am than it is for me to see where all of you are. So it's just basic things like communication. If there's no communication, it's an issue. It really is. So yeah, going back to the point, that day it is a bit difficult. You're going to land, you're going to get to Azizia, you're going to leave your stuff, get freshened up, get to the Haram, get your meeting point done, do your Umrah. You come back to Azizia inshallah. Literally, it's like your Umrah is done. You'll have your hair cut and whatnot, come out of your Haram, your clothing, and then khalas. It's like you're on Umrah. A lot of people will start asking the same question. Okay, so we're going to go for Fajr in the Haram tomorrow. I personally have always said the same thing to everybody. When you're in Azizia, the ultimate aim is to be preparing for what's coming in the next few days, which is Hajj. Okay? You have workshops, you have seminars, you have lectures, you have reminders, you have ulama, you have mashayikh who are in Azizia to mentally and spiritually prepare you for the biggest days which are coming now. Okay? I'm not saying to you, don't go to the Haram to pray. I'm not saying don't go. What I'm saying is think about how you're coming and going, because even with the shuttle and stuff like that, they'll try, Sahwallah, roads are blocked. Roads are blocked sometimes. So if you're going to go on a bus, like for example, they might say the bus is outside from this time to that time. Whoever wants to go for Asr or Maghrib, no problem. You might find going there's a problem, fine, and then coming back is a problem because they close that road off. You might have to get a taxi and come back. So my point to you is this: you will get your time inshallah when you're of course in your 5-star hotel, when you're close to the Haram, where you'll be praying all your 5 salah in the masjid. The days during Azizia, I don't think it's practical to tell yourself for every 5 prayers, I'm going to somehow, whether it's a minibus or by walking or by taxi, get there and come back. Because what will probably happen is you'll have blisters on your feet by the end of it, you'll be fatigued, you'll be exhausted, and Hajj hasn't even begun, and you've already started on the wrong foot. So what I'm saying is take the guidance of people who are with you. The staff who are there, the group leaders who are there, the mashayikh who are there. Speak with them. We'll make it very clear. There's a bus arranged tomorrow for Fajr. Whoever wants to go should be in the lobby at this time. However, take into consideration, after Salah, the Haram, they lock it off. And the bus is probably going to struggle to come back. If you're happy to get a taxi back, no problem. If not, we'll pray together. Because remember, as you know, the boundary of the Haram, in Mecca and praying in the masjids, the mashayikh will touch on this more in terms of your reward in your prayer. Especially even like some of the sisters, I know you've come that far to pray, and even in Umrah we have this. Some of the sisters are unwell, some of the aunties have mobility issues. We say, look, if you pray, even like in your room, or you pray here with the intention, of course, you're in the boundary of the Haram. No, we want to go physically to the mosque. I get that. You didn't come to stay in your room. I know you want to go to the mosque. But in terms of look at the bigger picture. That's my point. Look at the bigger picture. Your main event are those 5 days of Hajj. That's your main. You want to get through that Hajj perfectly. You're going to get time to pray, inshallah, anyway. Before, after, hotel, it's all like Umrah. Those Hajj days, you need to be in the best state possible. Yeah? So inshallah, this is a very important point. Azizia, coming and going to the mosque, the shuttle, how it works, what happens. Live there, inshallah, I think you'll be explained. You'll know what your options are. But my advice to you personally, go easy. Go easy and be sensible. Because you have a burnout culture. People are so excited. They're so like, I want to do everything. And then they've done everything in 2 days. And then they're on the bed for the next 1 day. And then Hajj has begun and they're thinking, wow, what do I do now? Yeah? So look after your health, inshallah. It's very important that you're in best strength for the days of Hajj, inshallah. Have you got another slide? There's another page. Yeah, as I mentioned, the Fairmont Hotel here, the Azizia, Dar Hijra, all of you know what packages you're on. All of you know what day you're going, all of you know where you're going and what you're doing. So I can't go into one by one. I just touched on Azizia because that's a common question. I mean, if it's not Azizia, it's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? If you're in Medina, and of course, if you're in Dar Hijra, you're going to Masjid Nabi, you're praying Salah, you're coming home, as you would with Umrah. Same with the Fairmont. If you're in a hotel, you're on the doorstep. You're on the doorstep of the Haram. And I tell you, subhanAllah, we do Umrah many times a year, and other packages we've stayed on the other side, next to Jabal Umar, where the Hilton Suites are and other places. And I'm still going to say, to be very fair to you, from people and even myself, this location is the best. SubhanAllah, you can't go wrong with it. And now that they've redone the Bab al-King Abdulaziz gate, you can, if you look close enough, you can even see the Kaaba from the gate now. The new gate, King Abdulaziz. They just renovated it in Ramadan. So as you go in, where you are, in the Fairmont Clock Tower, when you come out your lift, you come out in the white marble, 12 o'clock door, you can literally see the Kaaba in front of you. It's the closest. To get down to the Mataf, that's the closest. Whereas with the new extension and some of the other hotels are, it's a complete nightmare to actually get into the mosque and to get down. So location-wise still, everything convenient, food, shopping centres, can't go wrong, subhanAllah. Communication, I think I've touched on. I will touch on it again. Make sure your phones are unlocked. I can't re-emphasize it enough. I can't. Try it, please. Don't assume it. Try that it's unlocked. And when you get there, make sure you're getting your SIM cards. Make sure you're in touch with one another. Don't rely just on Wi-Fi. Don't rely on, your 4G and your 5G. Is men are going to have miraculous Wi-Fi or not. Just have a standard SIM card so you can call in terms of an emergency. Oh, yeah. Yes, brother, go ahead.
Where do we get the SIM cards from?
So when you land, inshallah, on arrival, you'll see Mobile Desk, you'll see Zain. It's like EE, Vodafone, O2, their version. There'll be many different places, 3 or 4 at least, where you can buy SIM cards from.
Do they take the fingerprints and so on?
Jazakallah khair. They're going to provide the SIM cards. So the SIM cards, you don't need to worry about. You just mentioned. What they do is that there'll be like a representative, for example, let's say from EE or something. They'll bring them there and say, right, this is how many people we got, these are how many SIM cards we need. So they'll get it sorted for you, inshallah. Yeah, you don't need to physically go and get it sorted yourself. Inshallah, they'll sort it out for you. What I'm saying is just make sure that your phones are unlocked and it works properly. So when they get the SIM card for you, you can contact each other, inshallah. Okay, so inshallah, I'm going to close off in terms of your logistics. Shaykh Ali Muhammad Makki and Imam Sahib will go over the rituals and any other bits and bobs that you have. What I will say to you is the same thing that I started with. A lot of these logistics sometimes they seem like they're common sense. A lot of them seem like they're common sense, and people will be like, well, we knew that, or that kind of made sense in the beginning. You'd be surprised, you know. It's still our responsibility, and we have a duty of care towards everyone to make sure these things are mentioned. Not everything is as straightforward as it is. There's no journey like Hajj. I'll be honest with you. There's no journey where you can tell yourself, yeah, I could have prepared myself by doing Umrah. No, Umrah, it's not like Hajj. So all of this stuff that we're telling you is because we've been there and we've done it. As the brother mentioned, Zala Khair, in the beginning, there's lots of professionals in the room. People have their own specialities. People are good in what they do. But I'm not being disrespectful in any sense. That all goes out of the window. When it comes to the next 3 weeks, instructions need to be followed because this is our field. And this is something we've been doing. So you might be a specialist in whatever you do, and that's perfect and that's excellent. But this is Hajj now. It doesn't matter if somebody's in IT, and it doesn't matter if somebody's in sports or teaching, or if somebody's a doctor. All of that stuff you can put to one side. Jazakallah khair. Now it's Hajj time. So it means the people who are experienced in Hajj, who've done it for a very long time, who've seen many things in front of their eyes, their advice is important. Their instructions are important, and we're there to help you. It's not a dictatorship. We're there to help. Because, for example, if we're going to say to you, don't do this because that's going to happen afterwards, it's because we probably know it's happened afterwards and we've seen someone be affected by it. When we're going to say, you know, you're expecting a check-in or a check-out time at this time, but really that's not the case. You're probably looking at check-in at that time, is because we know this is what's happened last time. So this stuff is not just put together randomly where everyone just sits around a table having a coffee saying, let's just write a few things together, that sounds good, put that on the paper too. No, it's years of experience and hardship and trials as well, and sometimes learning through the hard way, and other people have made mistakes and they've had to learn. So we have a duty of care towards all of you. You know, ultimately Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put us in a position which has allowed us to serve you as the guest of Allah. Okay? So to conclude, our interest is to serve you to the best of our ability. You're Allah's guest. You're not our guest, you're our guest after. You're Allah's guest first. Allah has called you first. Allah has chosen each and every single one of you. Allah wrote for you in this year to be here. You know, subhanAllah, just imagine every Ramadan, how many people you're praying with in the masjid for Taraweeh, and then next Ramadan comes and they're no longer with you. And you're asking someone and say they passed away. From one Ramadan to another Ramadan even. One Jummah to another Jummah. How many people do we see in our lifetime? It's just you see the cycle of life just going past you. Somebody's father passed away. Somebody's mother passed away. A new child was born. The cycle of life continues. So my dear respected brothers and sisters, my uncles and aunties, do we not think a time's going to come that one day we're going to sleep in the night time as people of the dunya, but in the morning we'll wake up as people in the barzakh. We'll wake up as people of the next life. The soul would have left us. Or do we not think there'll be a time in the morning where we're resting, we won't make it to the night? As per the hadith of Umar bin Farouk, where he mentioned when you pray, when you pray your salah, pray as if it's your last salah. When you're praying your Isha, you're praying your Maghrib, you're praying your Fajr, don't have that 100% confidence. I'll be praying my Fajr tomorrow. Pray your salah as if it's your last prayer. That's a prayer 5 times a day. How about Hajj then? What guarantee is it that a person has another Hajj or an Umrah written for them? So the fact that Allah has brought you this close in your lifetime, and all of us know that it's through Allah's mercy, as I mentioned. By Allah, it's through Allah's mercy that we're making it. It's not our good deeds that took us there. It's not our good deeds that is allowing us to be 7 to 10 days away from departure. It's not our good deeds that make you from the cream of the crop, the people that others would cry to do anything to be there. As you know, people from back home countries, if it's equivalent to £1 a day, for all their life until they're in their 90s, they're trying to put money together so they can just reach there. And you see it on Umrah, how far they are, where they live, sleeping on the street. These are people who'd give anything. They're ready to go, they want to go. They said, Allah, we're ready to depart. But before we depart, just be pleased with us. Give us forgiveness, give us maghfirah. How about that? Allah made you from the people who are going to be on the plains of Arafah. Allah's made you from the people that when Allah speaks in the hadith and He comes down and He bows to His angels, as I mentioned earlier, I never finished. Allah says to His angels, why are all my slaves, why are these people here all gathered in Arafah? They're all dirty in their ihram, and they're tired and they're fatigued and they're crying and they're pouring their hearts out. They're absolutely finished. You can see the state of them. They're exhausted. Allah knows. But Allah wants to ask the angels. So He says to the malaika, what do they all want? These men, these women, these old and young. Why did they gather in Arafah? Why are they struggling with hunger? Why have they got cramps in their stomach? Why have they got blisters on their feet? Some of them blood. Why can't they walk properly? Why do their backs hurt? Why haven't they eaten properly? Why haven't they slept properly? Why is the heat exhaustion so much for them? Why? The angels, they know that Allah knows, but they know why Allah asked. They say, Allah, these people have all gathered for one reason, and one reason alone: for your forgiveness, for your maghfirah. Allah says, is that so? Is that so? All of these people, they gathered just for that reason? Then bear witness that I have freed each and every single one of their necks from the hellfire, and I grant them a place in paradise. Allahu Akbar. This is it, my brothers and sisters. This is what I leave you with. Have a minute to reflect, digest, and understand this hadith. Allah boasts about you to His angels. On this day, the best day of the year, the day where people will cry and they'll give an arm and a leg to be there. The day others died, they didn't even get to be there. The day where other people saved all their life to try and make it. The day that you've been selected to be there, and Allah is saying, no matter what they've done in their life, it really don't matter. I'm so happy they've made it to Arafah and they raise their hands. I'm going to answer everything they've asked for. I'm going to wipe every single thing of theirs. The sins that they knew about, the sins that they didn't know about. The sins that they've done, the sins that they're yet to do. The sins that were major, the sins that were minor. I'm going to wipe every single thing out. Clean slate. It was destined for this individual to be in the fire. Guess what? I'm going to free their neck. Jannah, paradise. This is Allah. Al-Awwal, Al-Akhir, Al-Batin, Al-Zahir, Al-Malik, Al-Mulk, Al-Quddus, Al-Salam, Al-Muhaymin, Al-Mutakabbir, Al-Jabbar. This is Allah, my brothers and sisters. This is Allah. This is His mercy. This is His rahmah. Nothing like nobody knows. You see your parents, you see your mothers. What wouldn't they do for you? How many nights of sleep they lose for you? They take food out of their own mouth and give it to you if they could. That's the love of a mother. How about Allah? Allah loves you more than your parents does. Allah created us. Allah gave us hands, eyes, ears, ability to speak, to eat. Allah loves us. Allah made us for paradise. Allah didn't make us for the hellfire. Allah wants good for us. So how about this fast track bonus event that's coming up that you're all invited to? How about that? How about an opportunity for the last 30, 40, 20 years of your life where you haven't been close to Allah how you should have been, but Allah is still willing to excuse you? How about that? Does that event come again? Is that event promised ever again? If a person has absolutely made it in this life, whichever level they want to be, from a financial perspective, from a status, put it all in the bin. Because the last time I checked, the minute the angel of death takes your soul and you're buried 6 feet under, all of that's left behind. But how about an event where Allah has purified and cleansed you and has opened the doors to paradise, and Allah is awaiting for you to be entered into the gardens? So I leave you with this, my brothers and sisters. It's a very deep thought, but it's a very important thought. When I started the session to say, in my opinion, this is the most important occasion of your life. I'll close with that because I sincerely believe there is no event more important in your life than this event that's about to come up in the next 7 to 10 days. An event with your Lord, an event with the King of Kings. You're coming to knock at the door, and mark my words, nobody knocks on this door and raises their hands other than coming back, and Allah will give them everything that they've asked for. So let this sink in. Have a minute, inshallah, freshen your legs, have a water, thank Allah, make istighfar, do dhikr, and be ready for this appointment that comes once in a life.
Thank you so much all for your patience. Inshallah ta'ala, we are coming to the concluding elements of the seminar. It's time to give you some more food for the soul before we give you some food for your bodies. So inshallah ta'ala, next I will actually, just one point I wanted to make on Brother Sajid's is this: Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks in the Quran about this journey, and Allah tells us, take your provisions with you. You know, you pack your bags, you have your checklist. I'm going to have my clothes, I'm going to have my umbrella, I'm going to have my hat, but also take taqwa with you. Make sure that is on the checklist. A lot of the time we tend to prepare physically, but we don't look at the mental preparation. And this is how Brother Sajid mentioned the sabr, being in a crowded location with so many people. There are going to be times your patience is tested. Start to build that now. You know, you're in the supermarket, there's a long queue, usually you just get frustrated, you get angry. No, I'm going to go to Hajj inshallah, let me start to prepare, let me start to have sabr. So do not forget the mental preparation and just look at the physical preparation, inshallah ta'ala. Next I will invite our esteemed alim, Imam Qazi Sahab, who is Imam in Oxford and is Muslim chaplain, very active throughout the masajid there, and also delivers services within the prison facilities, and he will run through some of the fiqh aspects and inshallah ta'ala take some questions.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi wahdahu la sharika lah. Sadaqa wa'adahu wa nasara abdah. وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده ولا رسول بعده ولا معصوم بعده أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب. My dear respected brothers, sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I begin, I would like to translate verse number 197 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Al-Hajj ashhurun ma'lumat. The pilgrimage Hajj shall take place in the months appointed for it, and whosoever undertakes the journey of Hajj in those months shall, while on a pilgrimage, abstain from lewd speech, from all wicked conduct, and from quarreling, and whatever good you may do, Allah is aware of it, and make provision for yourself. Make provisions for yourself. But verily, the best of all provisions is taqwa, is God consciousness. Remain then conscious of me, O you who are endowed with insight. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. My dear respected brothers and sisters, before I begin, I would like to share a little joke. I was reading through the different feedbacks we get from Hujjaj or regarding Hujjaj. They say that one of the Egyptian brother, he went for Hajj. Like every year, alhamdulillah, brothers go for Hajj. So one of this Misri Egyptian brother, he went for Hajj and he was so happy with the intizamat, with the all the preparations and all the facilities he saw and he received in Hajj in Saudi Arabia. He went back and he was giving his feedback on the telly, in front of the camera, and he said that I was very happy in Hajj, and I tell all the brothers, if you want to go for Hajj, only go to Saudi Arabia, nowhere else. So Alhamdulillah, brothers, we have all different kind of things come out from this beautiful journey of Hajj. Before I go to the rituals and the amal of Hajj, the Hajj itself, what we will do inshallah in Makkah, Medina, or even from the UK when we start our journey in few days' time, I would like to share a few hadiths regarding the virtues, regarding the fada'il. So our iman is boosted with these. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in one of the hadiths, he has mentioned, Buni al-Islamu ala khamsin. The foundation of Islam is laid on 5 pillars. Our Islamic foundation is laid on 5 pillars. You may have heard this hadith, but we may repeat it for as a good reminder. Number 1, Shahadati an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, bearing witness, giving testimony that there is no God, there is no deity, there is no one worthy of worship except for Allah, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, all of you, sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the messenger of Allah. Number 2, wa iqamis salah, establishment of the prayers, wa ita'iz zakat, giving out your zakat, your charity, wa hajjil bayt, visiting the house of Allah, and wa sawmi Ramadan, and the fasting in the month of Ramadan. Another hadith by Prophet of Allah, mentioned by Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, says that he heard Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, Man hajja lillah, whosoever performs Hajj for the sake of Allah. Niyyah must be with full of sincerity and devotion, and our Hajj is for Allah. Falam yarfuth walam yafsuq. In that Hajj there was no foul speech and no any evil committed. Then such person, such man or woman, such brother or sister, raja'aka yawmin, they will return home like they were born, like they are newborn babies. Another hadith by Prophet of Allah, he says, Al-Umratu il-Umrah kaffaratu lima baynahuma. Umrah and another Umrah in between, Allah will forgive all the sins. And wal Hajjul Mabrur, and Hajj Mabrur. Hajj, and the other word is Mabrur, which means an accepted Hajj. That Hajj which was accepted by Allah. My brothers and sisters, this is the very important focus point to reflect, is that how can my Hajj be accepted? How can I feel and how can I make sure that Allah, the Creator, has accepted my travels and my Hajj? And how can I make my Hajj Mabrur? This is the most important question we should always keep in our mind. And then there is no reward in the hadith, for the Prophet says, there is no reward for Hajj Mabrur except for Jannah. There is no less reward for Hajj Mabrur except for Jannah. And Prophet of Allah again, he says that ma min yawmin akthar min an ya'tiqa Allahu fihi abda min an-nar min yawmi Arafah, that there is no other day on which Allah forgives more people than the day of Arafah. The day of Arafah, which is one of the days of Hajj, one of the main days of Hajj, on the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, Allah forgives more people, that no other day has this honor. Prophet of Allah says that 3 people are in the protection of Allah. 3 people come in the care of Allah. Number 1, رَجُلٌ خَرَجَ إِلَى مَسْجِدٍ مِّن مَسَاجِدِ اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. A person who leaves his house to walk to any of the masjid from the masajid of Allah Azza wa Jal, until he is in the masjid, until he is not back home, he is in the care of Allah Azza wa Jal. Number 2, ghaziyan. وَرَجُلٌ خَرَجَ غَازِيًا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. A person who is ghazi, who is mujahid, he leaves his house in order to protect his deen and his land. Until he is not returned, he is in the care of Allah. And number 3, وَرَجُلٌ خَرَجَ حَاجًّا. A person who leaves his home, he leaves his country wearing of ihram in the intention of Hajj. Until he returns from Hajj, he or she is in the care of Allah Azza wa Jal. Brothers, these are only few hadiths talking about the virtues and the fada'il. And I'm sure you have read many more of this. And may Allah enable us to receive and to be the recipients of all these fada'il and the merits Allah has kept for Hujjaj, inshallah. Ibrahim alayhi salam, 4,000 years ago, when Allah instructed Ibrahim alayhi salam to build the foundation of the Kaaba. And وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ. And before that Allah has said, in أَوَّلَ بَيْتِ, the first ever house built on the face of the earth for people to worship was in Bakka. Bakka is the previous name of Makkah, referring to the Kaaba, the Haram. Mubarakan wa hudan lil alameen, full of hidayah, full of barakah for the whole of the worlds. Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he built the Kaaba, Allah informed him that now you should announce to the people that they should come for Hajj, they should come to visit my house. Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "Oh Allah, ma yablagh sawti, oh Allah, who will hear? Who will be able to hear my voice? Is only my wife Hajara, is only my son Ismail is here, nobody else is here. Is only 3 of them are here. Who would hear my sound, my announcement?" Allah Azza wa Jal says to Ibrahim alayhi salam, "Alayka al-adhan wa alayna al-balagh." Your duty is to announce, our duty is to make people hear and listen. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, one of the great Sahabi, he says when Ibrahim alayhi salam, he went on the Jabal Abi Qubais, he went on the tallest of mountains in Makkah, and he announced and he shouted out that, "Oh people, Allah made a house for you. Allah made His house for you to visit." And like we have the Kaaba in the dunya, and millions of people go for Umrah and for Hajj, and they go around the Kaaba 7 times doing tawaf, beseeching what? Asking Allah for what? For His mercy, for His protection. Likewise, there is a Kaaba known as Baytul Ma'mur in the 7th heaven for the angels. And angels also do tawaf of the Kaaba of the heavens known as Baytul Ma'mur. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went for Mi'raj, when he went for Mi'raj, the journey, ascension to the heavens, Prophet of Allah visited all the 7 heavens one by one. In the first heaven he met Prophet Adam alayhi salam. And Prophet Adam alayhi salam welcomed Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by saying, "Marhaban bin nabiyyi salih wal ibn salih." Welcome my pious son and my pious prophet. Prophet of Allah moved on to the 2nd heaven, where he meets and he met Prophet Isa with his cousin brother Prophet Yahya alayhi salam. And both of them welcomed the Prophet by saying, "Marhaban bin nabiyyi salih wal akhis salih." Welcome our pious brother and our pious prophet. Moving on to the 3rd one, in the 3rd heaven, Prophet Muhammad sallam, he met Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu salam. Same, he was welcomed. On the 4th, Prophet Idris alayhi salam. On the 5th, Prophet Harun alayhi salam. On the 6th, Prophet Musa alayhi salam. And when they went to the 7th and the final heaven, then Prophet of Allah, he saw an old man with white beard leaning against a wall, and there was children around him. Prophet of Allah asked Jibreel alayhi salam, "Who is this person? Who is this old man, white beard? Who is this person?" Jibreel alayhi salam said, "This is your father Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he is leaning against Baytul Ma'mur." And then Prophet of Allah saw 70,000, how many brothers and sisters? 70,000 angels, malaika, doing tawaf of Baytul Ma'mur. And the angel said to the Prophet of Allah that these 70,000 are doing tawaf for today, and they will not get second chance till the day of judgment, because there are so many waiting in line. How many angels Allah has created? So anyhow, Kaaba was the first ever building of worship, the house of Allah built on the face of the earth. And Ibrahim alayhi salam told the people that, "Oh people, Allah made His house for you to visit, so now you should come for Hajj." And then he announced, and he announced it on all 4 corners, east, west, north, west. And then Allah made people, even those who were born and even who was not born, hear His call, hear His adhan. Me and you, we were not born 4,000 years ago. But our souls, which was in the alami arwah, our souls have heard it, and I have feelings that all of you heard it, and your souls have said labbaik. Hence Allah chose you this year to go for Hajj. And the first people who heard, or the people who responded greatly to Ibrahim alayhi salam's invitation, were the people of Yemen. Ibn Abbas, he says that people of Yemen heard his call, and they were the greatest responders to the call of Hajj. This is why the greatest number of Hujjaj in those days were from Yemen. And Prophet of Allah spoke about Yemen, al-Hikmatu Yamaniyya. So anyhow, brothers and sisters, moving on to the Hajj rituals, we, inshallah, the full Hajj team will be there to fully support and guide everybody step by step. But it's very good opportunity to go before even we going for Hajj, we need to learn Hajj. We might say, brothers, Hajj is so easy. You know, some brothers might have said, I don't have enough time, I'm so busy in life. Yes, we all are busy. Who is not busy, especially in the UK, who is not busy? But whatever is farz in Islam, to learn how to do it is also farz in Islam. So Hajj is farz, and is only farz once in a lifetime. Man istata alayhi sabila. So your first Hajj is your farz Hajj, is your obligatory Hajj. So make sure we do that. And so people make such a silly mistakes. For example, let me tell you one personal interaction with one of the brother from where I live in Oxford. Very educated brother, very, on a high post. The brother was suggesting to me and said to me, Imam, Hafiz Saab, tell Saudi government, you guys go there often, tell the Saudi government, because it gets very hot in the summer and Hajj gets very difficult, so they should do 2 Hajj in 1 year. This was his suggestion, brothers. If people don't even know simple thing, that Hajj becomes farz only in the month of Hajj once in a year. So this brother who was well respected, well educated, but he didn't know that Hajj cannot be twice a year. Simple mistakes from which we understand that Hajj needs to be taught. And Qari Saab, Sajid Bhai, he literally came in today, an hour ago, he landed in Heathrow and he came straight for this program. And we organized this event specially so we can prepare our Hujjaj, physically, educationally speaking. And even when you go to Makkah, Medina, you'll see so many experiences which you have never read in any book. All sorts of things will happen, so you have to be well equipped, inshallah, so you don't make any mistakes which will cost you your Hajj, inshallah. So moving on to Hajj rituals, 8th of Zul-Hijjah. Depending on when the month of Hajj Zul-Hijjah will start, it could start on the 8th of June or even 7th of June. So depending on what day is the 8th of Dhul-Hijjah is the day when Hajj will actually start. When we go to Makkah, Jeddah on the day we have our flights, we will inshallah be in the state of Ihram because we will be doing Hajj Tamattu. And Hajj Tamattu is an easy option, an option which many Hujjaj will choose, inshallah, including us, which is very easy for us to carry out, inshallah, which includes an Umrah, a complete Umrah with all the 4 rituals of Umrah: Ihram with Niyyah, Tawaf of the Kaaba, Sa'i between Safa and Marwa, and then cutting your hair, trimming your hair or shaving your hair. This will complete our Umrah. We will come out of our Ihram and we will wait in Makkah, wherever your hotels are, until the 8th of Dhul-Hijjah. 8th is the physical starting point of the Hajj. So one day before, on the 7th, people start moving to Mina. So you will be until 7th of Dhul-Hijjah, you will be in Aziziyah or you will be in Makkah, in Fairmont, whatever your hotels are. On the 7th, according to the instructions we will give it to everybody, all the Hujjaj, inshallah. On the 7th we will move, and before we move, we will need to wear our Ihrams. So our Ihram for Hajj will start again on the 7th. So Ihram for Umrah we have done and dusted, we took it off, you wash it, you get it ready again, inshallah, if we have only one pair. And then on the 7th we will wear Ihram again, and then we will make intention for Hajj, and then we will inshallah start moving towards our Mina tents. The slides are not very, very clear. But anyhow, on the 8th, we will read, the Sunnah is to read your Zohar Salah, your Asr Salah, your Maghrib Salah, and even your Isha Salah in Mina. Now depending on when we get there, we might even get there before Fajr, due to a big number moving, so we have to obviously move according to our ease, inshallah, whatever is convenient. So we will at least read these 5 salawat, or in fact next day's Fajr is well on the 9th in Mina. Spending the night in Mina, anyhow, I don't know if you can see or not, but inshallah we'll go through this. So in Mina, we don't have any, apart from spending the time in Mina, we don't have any other rituals to carry out such, but we just need to pray Zohar Salah. Again, obviously we will inshallah do Jama'ah. The tents are obviously next to each other, so ladies will be on their side, the men will be on their side, inshallah, and we'll perform our Zohar Salah. We will be in the state of Ihram, by the way. So Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and then spend the whole night in Mina camps near Jamarat, which is Maktab number 1 or Zone 1. Use your time in Ibadah, brothers. So use our time, brothers and sisters, we have to use our time in Ibadah and prepare for the next day, which is the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, which is the day of Hajj or the day of Arafah. And Al-Hajj Arafah. Hajj is Arafah. One of the main arkan, one of the main rukun of Hajj is Arafah. Before that, the first rukun, the first important part of Hajj was intention and ihram. So wearing of ihram, we will show you inshallah how to physically wear ihram for those who have never tried it before. And then in talbiyah plus intention. So talbiyah, I'm sure all of us, we have learned it by heart by now. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. It's good to memorize it, inshallah. Otherwise, have it written somewhere so you can keep reading until you know it. And then inshallah we make intention. We make intention before, and then talbiyah. Intention could be in English or Arabic or whatever language you understand, or even if you don't do it physically with your tongue, you don't have to. Even in your heart and mind, if you have the intention, that is inshallah sufficient. Otherwise, in Arabic, Allahumma inni uridu al-umrata fayassirha li wa taqabbalha minni. Oh Allah, I intend to perform umrah. In this case, our case, make it easy for me and accept it from me. And later on for Hajj, oh Allah, I intend to perform Hajj. Again, using the same 2 sentences, make it easy for me and accept it from me. So anyhow, so in Mina on the 8th, we will be there inshallah. Use your time in Ibadah, engage yourself in Durood Sharif, in the Quran recitation. Inshallah there will be some ilmi talks as well, so to get people prepared for the next day of Arafah, which is the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah. There will be obviously food inshallah provided accordingly. The 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, which is the Arafah day, and the same day evening inshallah we will be moving to Muzdalifah. When we are permitted by the Saudi authorities, we shall proceed to Arafat. We will try to leave early as possible. Please make the most of this day. As soon as we have to get there before Zohar, so depending on when we move and how long it takes us to get there, inshallah, from Mina to Arafat is approximately 8 to 9 kilometers, which will be obviously transported, inshallah. So depending on the rush, how long it takes, we don't know, but we will inshallah get there early as possible. We will leave after Fajr on the 9th, but we'll get there before Zohar, inshallah. And we'll have to read Zohar Salah and Asr Salah together in Arafat. Those who combine, we will read them combined, inshallah, and those who read according to Hanafi time, we can also do that, inshallah. But Zohar Asr needs to be prayed in Arafat. And we will be in our tents in Arafat as well, inshallah. And we need to make dua, a lot dua. And regarding this moment of Arafah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah boasts about the people of Arafah on the day of Arafah. And Allah actually questions the angels who look at my servants. What are they here for? Like Sajid Bhai earlier said. And Allah confirmed that I have forgiven each one of them. And before Maghrib, before we move on between Asr and Maghrib, this is the best time, the sunnah time of making dua. And we will do a collective dua as well, individual duas as well, inshallah. So this is the time to ask Allah for all your needs. Brothers, in Surah Baqarah, Allah reminds the people that there will be some people, there are some people who only ask Allah for dunya. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا. They only extend their dua to the worldly needs. They ask Allah, oh Allah, I need a house, oh Allah, I need a car, oh Allah, I need this, I need that. and they don't ask Allah for maghfirah, they don't ask Allah for anything of spirituality, then Allah says, because they have not asked, because they have no intention for it, وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. They have nothing but tiredness and this and that, but nothing of the akhirah. But smart people, who are them? وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. Those who ask Allah for the best of dunya and the best of akhirah, then they ask Allah, please forgive us and save our neck from the fire of hell. This is what you call an intelligent person. Ask Allah for the hereafter. Keep your priorities for the hereafter. Dunya will come anyhow. Allah will give it to you, whatever is written for you. But akhirah comes on your efforts. So we have to ask Allah. So many videos we see on social media, brothers, they make some videos and say, Ya Allah fulus, Ya Allah fulus, Ya Allah fulus. They're asking for money in front of the Kaaba. There's no harm. That's fine. You can ask Allah. But is that what you're there for? So our focus should be akhirah, inshallah. Our focus should be on Hajj Mabrur, inshallah. So we will combine Maghrib and Isha prayers on arrival to our designated area in Muzdalifah. So we will read Zohar and Asr in Arafat. We will make dua, inshallah, towards the evening before we move, before Maghrib. Once Maghrib kicks in, once Maghrib time begins, we will not read Maghrib Salah in Arafat. Generally speaking, people rush to pray Maghrib because time is very, very short, very, very limited. But on this day of Arafat, the 9th, we will not read Maghrib. You might question why. If you read one Salah in Haram, in Kaaba, behind the Imam with the Jama'ah, how many times reward we get? 100,000. 1,00,000 नमाज़ों का सवाब मिलता है. लेकिन हुक्म क्या है कि आप मक्का छोड़ के मिना चले जाओ. तो सारे हाजी हराम में काबा को छोड़ के 1,00,000 नमाज़ों को छोड़ के मिना चले जाते हैं. फिर अराफात चले जाते हैं. We move on step by step from place to place. The ideology is that Islam is not to do what you feel like doing. Islam is to do what Allah wishes you to carry out at this moment. फिर वो इबादत बन जाती है. यही the same thing, the same ideology we need to apply in our daily life wherever we are. That Islam, they say that what is Sunnah and what is Bid'ah. A beautiful sentence somebody have said. Sunnah is to love the Prophet according to the way he has taught you to love him. And what is Bid'ah? To love the Prophet the way we want to love him. So what's the best? The way the Prophet taught us. The words Allah taught us in the Quran, the Salah we read according to the prescription of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that is the accepted one. So this is what we have learned in the days of Hajj. So Maghrib kicks in. Without reading Maghrib Salah, we will move. Again, we will move in our buses. And last year, I remember, towards the end of June, when Hajj was taking place, we did not read Maghrib. We got in line and we left Arafat after Maghrib. Is getting evening, is getting dark. We left Arafat or Muzdalifah. We got into our coaches and buses and we started our journey, hoping that we will get there inshallah by Isha. Because the idea is now to read Maghrib with Isha in Isha time. Where? In Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah is approximately 5 to 6 kilometers away from Arafat. Arafat was around 9 kilometers away from Mina. So Mina to Arafat. From Arafat now, without reading Maghrib, after Maghrib, in Maghrib time, we move, all Hujjaj will move together in our groups. We will move, obviously all of us in our coaches, in our buses, we'll move to Muzdalifah. How long it might take, Allah knows best. Allah knows best. But don't worry, don't ask, don't question. This father was telling, he was driving and the child was saying, Dad, when will we get home? And they kept on asking, Dad, when will we get home? The father got a bit upset. He said, don't keep on asking. Now, nobody speaks till Maghrib, okay? What did he say? Nobody speaks till Maghrib. And after 5 minutes, the child says, Dad, what is Maghrib? What is Maghrib? So if you keep on asking us, we don't know. Last year, it took us good more than 4 to 5 hours just to cover 5 to 6 kilometers. Literally, believe me, Fajr was starting around 4:30 in the morning. And we got there just before 3 a.m. And we left at Maghrib time. So don't worry, you are in ibadah. You are in ibadah, even you will be rewarded for sitting in the bus on your journey, inshallah. Do your talbiyah, read talbiyah. And for men, brothers, don't feel shy. Ladies, respected, our honorable sisters are required to read talbiyah slowly with low voice. But men, come on men, show your real manhood now. Read talbiyah loud. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Make the people around, the whole city is buzzing with talbiyah. Only Allah is glorified, nobody else. And in fact, in one hadith it says that Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam came with the instruction by Allah to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the days of Hajj, that, O Prophet of Allah, Allah wants all the Hujjaj to glorify Allah in a loud manner. So labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Don't feel shy. These are the days of glorification of Allah. So read talbiyah, read Durood Sharif, have some rest, read some Quran. Yes, talk amongst each other, but keep your talks constructive. Keep your talks on ilmi topics, so you can educate each other, inshallah. So anyhow, we'll move from Arafat to Muzdalifah, and once we get to Muzdalifah, in our designated areas in Muzdalifah, we will be appointed with our, inshallah, you will see a lot of youngsters moving about, guiding everybody. As soon as we reach there, inshallah, we will do wudu, we will refresh our wudu. There's plenty of, inshallah, water is available. If not, then we'll have to, see what we have available, do wudu, then we will read our Maghrib first, and then straight away we will read our Isha, within Isha time, inshallah. This is required, this is the sunnah on this evening, on this night. And then we will have whatever hours Allah knows best, we'll have in the night of Muzdalifah, and we will spend the night there. You can have some rest, inshallah. Sisters on one side, men on one side, or maybe families, units, we can be together as well, inshallah. Always protect your satar, brothers. Very important with you, especially the brothers, with your ihram, protect your satar, inshallah, all the time, inshallah. There will be so many people around. So have some rest, inshallah, and once the Fajr starts, we will again get up and we will do our Fajr Salah, and then we will make our move to the next point on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Now the 10th of Dhul Hijjah in the UK would be Eid day. Our families in the UK will be preparing for Eid Salah, but there is no Eid Salah for Hujjaj. So don't expect Imam Sahib taking you to Kaaba for Eid Namaz. No Eid Namaz, no Eid Salah for Hujjaj. Yo, this is your Eid without Eid Salah. So we'll be moving, and during the Eid time we'll be traveling from Muzdalifah on which date now, brothers? 10th. Now we are on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Depending on when the moon sighting takes place, we will obviously confirm. On the 10th, everybody will move. Now this movement will also be done in the coaches mostly. Some prefer to walk, but we are going back to where? Back to Mina. We'll be going back to Mina on the 10th. And the 10th generally is known as the most busiest, if not most difficult day of Hajj. These are some realities. And if you go mentally prepared, inshallah, you will not find, struggling for yourself. You will, inshallah, go through it because you came expected. So 10th, the Eid day, is the busiest day, and for some the most difficult day, and the most busiest day involved a lot of walking in this day. We will move early morning after Fajr, by sunrise, generally after sunrise, but we'll see the situation. We will move, inshallah, back to Mina, obviously. And also it started to be said earlier that obviously when we move from our hotels, Aziziyah or even Makkah, or by this time only Aziziyah hotels, when we move there we will not take a lot items or any big bags with us. We just need to carry whatever little few items you will need for your daily use. Otherwise, heavy luggage should not be taken, so we can move easily, inshallah. So when we go to Mina, from Mina, so on the 10th, generally we will go to Pel Shaitan after Mina. We will go to Pel Shaitan, only the one Shaitan, the big Shaitan, the symbol of Shaitan. We will Pel Shaitan. We'll go. It's called Rami al-Hijar. The pelting is called Rami. Now Rami is the Sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Briefly speaking, just what's the fact behind it? Why do we do Rami? Why do we Pel Shaitan 7 times? On the first day, on the 10th, only the one Shaitan. Before I forget, to come back a bit, in Muzdalifah, when you spend the night in Muzdalifah after Isha Namaz, you'll have few hours, if not at least 1 hour, you will have enough time to go and collect your small chickpea size pebbles. You don't need a big rock to hit shaitan here. Okay, chickpea size. 10p coin or even 5p coin, inshallah. It should not be too small, should not be too big. Junaid Jamshed rahimahullah, one of Pakistani singer, we all know him. He said one beautiful thing. He said, when you hit shaitan, it is not your stone or the pebbles hitting him. It is the sunnah hitting shaitan, the sunnah. So keep your sunnah method in your hitting as well. And there are so many jokes that people do, all sorts of things in Rami, in Jamarat. So you will collect at least 49. So you will have small pouches given by Qari Sahib, the Al-Amanah team, for your stones or small pebbles. At least 49 minimum or 70 maximum. Have 75 or have more just in case if some break or some drop from you. So minimum 49 if you're staying in Mina for 3 days, and have 70 if you're staying extra day on the 30th of Dhul-Hijjah for later on to be used. On the first day you will take out 7 pebbles. When we reach Jamarat, Jamarat is still over, and from Mina to Jamarat is all walking, by the way now. We'll have to walk. Again, when we will start walking, again when we are allowed by the authorities to move. They'll only allow groups in movements, so we'll move from there, all walking. Those who need wheelchairs will be on wheelchairs, otherwise mostly on walking. We'll be walking inshallah in the state of Ihram. We'll be moving to Jamarat to carry out the first part of Rami. Now Rami is the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. In fact, the whole Hajj reflects back to Ibrahim alayhi salam. A man who was physically a single body, but Allah said he was not a single body, he was a whole nation. Inna Ibrahim kana ummatan. Imagine, brothers and sisters, Allah called him, Allah declared him a single body, a single individual. Allah said he's not single, he's a whole nation in himself. He showed me and you how to be a true practicing walking Muslim. فَلَمَّا أَسْلَمَا وَتَلَّهُ لِلْجَبِينِ. He did not hesitate when Allah asked him to sacrifice his son, who he waited for many years. Me and you, we know who have children, how important children are to us. And those who do not have children in the early days of the marriage, and how many things we hear from people, and how many du'as people make for children. When Allah blesses the child, then Allah gave him another test. He was close to 90, 100 years of age. Allah blessed him after long du'as. Rabbi habli min as-salihin, Rabbi habli min as-salihin, Rabbi habli min as-salihin. Years he was asking Allah, Allah give me a pious child. When Allah blessed him, then Allah gave him Ismail alayhi salatu wassalam. When he was a teenager, then Allah said, okay, now and go and sacrifice him. To see, does he love his son more or does he love his creator more? And many times we are tested like this, brothers, in our lives. And depending on the choice we make, we are tested. Who do we prefer? Who do we prefer in our life more? Allah? Who comes first in my daily activities? Ibrahim alayhi salam, did he think twice? He did not think twice. He went to his son. He told Ismail, oh Ismail, my son. Ismail is only a small boy. Hardly, you can say between the age of 10 to 15. Ismail, I have seen a vision, I have seen a dream in which I have seen myself actually putting a knife on your neck and sacrificing you. What do you think? What did Ismail say? Run away from? Dad, you must be very cruel man. Come on, how can you even think like this? But Ismail said, Dad, Father, if this is what Allah wishes for you, then why are you delaying? I am ready. You will find me patient. I will be patient. I'm here. Do carry out and do not delay the command of Allah Azza wa Jal. Which other sacrifice could be bigger sacrifice than this sacrifice? When he was ready, the father is ready, the mother is ready, Hajara, she is ready. He said, yeah, if Allah wants him back, take him. Now on the way, you will see the place in our ziyarat, you will see the point on the hill where exactly the point was of Madbah, where Ismail al-Islam was about to be sacrificed. On the way, Shaitan, the devil, our enemy, he came. He took different forms and he came as a well-wisher, telling Ibrahim alayhi salam, what kind of father are you? Allah doesn't mean that. Come on, man, go. Ask any Mufti Sahab, find a way out for you. Ask Imam, he will give you a way out. He came and he tried to deceive him, misguide him. Subhanallah. So we will move on the 10th. We will do the first Rami of the Jamr Uqba Ula, the big shaitan, the big symbol of shaitan. Again, we will move together, fully guided inshallah. It might be a hot day as well, so obviously your umbrellas, your water bottle and all these things should be there with you. So we walk together and we walk from there and we will go and pelt the shaitan on the 10th. This is the first thing in order we need to do. We need to go and hit the shaitan. And then from there, on the same day, your qurbani of Hajj needs to be already organized by this time. So whatever method you have chosen for your qurbani, the qurbani is the next part. So after Rami, your qurbani needs to be done. So if we have chosen one of the contacts which we will have, or you have chosen your own, so you need to make sure that they have done the qurbani, and then after that you will be okay to go and shave your hair, and for ladies to trim your hair from the back inshallah at least 1 inch. And if for the brothers you have both options. And Prophet of Allah made dua for who? For those who shave completely. And he said, oh Allah, forgive and have mercy on those who do halaq, who completely shave. Now this is a test for some brothers, who like fashion. Now your hairstyle matters or Allah's sunnah, Allah's order matters for you? Those brothers who are already bald, easy job for you. But youngsters who are about to get married, it's hard for them to remove their hair because, a bold groom, subhanallah. But no problem. Inshallah, if she loves you, she will still love you with your bald head, inshallah. So, halaq is the best option. Prophet of Allah made dua thrice. He said, oh Allah, forgive those who do halaq, who shave completely. Sahaba said, Prophet of Allah, what about those who trim? Again he said, no, Allah, forgive those who shave completely. The Sahaba said, Prophet of Allah, what about those who trim only? Again he said, oh Allah, forgive those who shave completely. On the fourth occasion, on their request, he said, oh Allah, forgive those who trim as well. So those who trim is also option. Muhalliqeen wa qasirin, both are allowed inshallah. So after pelting shaitan on the 10th, the next part is the shaving or trimming of your hair. And before that is qurbani. So these three have to be in order. So pelting shaitan, Rami first, then your qurbani, then cutting or shaving your hair on the 10th. Once you shave your hair, or once you trim your hair, sisters and brothers, we will be out of ihram. So for Hajj, physically speaking, you will be in the state of ihram after making your intention in talbiyah, and all the conditions of ihram will be applied, to no perfume, no cutting the hair and nail, all that other stuff, until this day. So once you confirm that your qurbani is done, and you have cut and shaved your hair, now you can go and have a shower, apply your best deodorant possible you like, and you can wear your normal clothes. Okay, and after that, some people choose to do tawaf-e-ifadah, which is another third big part of Hajj, without which Hajj is not farz. There are certain things known as fara'id, arkan of Hajj. There are certain things which is known as wajibat, compulsories of Hajj. The ruling is slightly differs. Anything which is farz in Hajj must be done. You cannot do without it. They cannot be delayed, it cannot be missed. Otherwise Hajj is void, Hajj is gone. And with the wajibat, the compulsories, obviously must also be done. But for whatever reason, if somebody has missed out, then there is a compensation called dam, sacrifice of one goat or one sheep, which will inshallah compensate for the mistake we have done. But generally speaking, inshallah, because we are there only for this purpose, so inshallah we're hoping from everyone that we will carry out Hajj the way the Hajj was prescribed and done by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah. So this is the 10th. Now the tawaf-e-ifadah, the third part of the Hajj, we have ample time to do it. On the first day, imagine you have walked from Muzdalifah, or you have traveled in the bus from Muzdalifah to Mina. From Mina you have walked, physically you have walked to Jamarat, and from Jamarat you have walked back to Mina, or if you don't do Tawaf Ifada, then to the Kaaba, to Haram, and your Qurbani and all that is a long wait. Qurbani sometimes can take place even till the evening we are waiting. So early morning you have left Muzdalifah and you are on the go, on the move, and you've done your Rami, you've done your Qurbani, and then you cut your hair. You're already tired by this point. You're already knackered, tired by this time. You'll have your shower, you'll be in your normal clothes, you must be bit relaxed. But Tawaf Ifada can be done on the 10th, on this day. Those who choose to do it, then subhanallah is a big day for them. Very tiring, very busy. And then you have to go back to Mina. If you come for Tawaf Ifada on this day, you have to go back to Mina, and again that would be mostly walking. So Tawaf Ifada, we have 10th, the following day 11th, and even the 12th. 3 days for this Tawaf Ifada. So we will inshallah discuss which day is the best, 10th, 11th or the 12th. So inshallah. Second day is the best day, 11th. From last year experience, we have done that in the previous Hajj. People used to do it the same day, and they used to get them very, very tired. But you will sometimes finish very late at night after the 10th. So in our case, inshallah, Qari Sahib has confirmed as well that we will definitely do this. Inshallah, this is the easiest option. That on the 10th we will not do Tawaf Ifada. You will come out of your clothes. All the ihram conditions will be over except for marital relationships until you do Tawaf Ifada. And then following day on the 11th, we will inshallah go back to Kaaba, to Haram, to carry out the third part of Hajj, which is called Tawaf Ifada, and that comes with Sa'i as well. You need to do Sa'i. For those doing Tawaf Hajj Tamattu and Hajj Qiran, in our case we are doing Hajj Tamattu. So please repeat it so I know that you are following me, inshallah. So in our case we need to do Tawaf Ifada plus Sa'i between Safa and Marwa, which is a double act, so it might take extra time and tiredness. Again, we'll be together inshallah, we will do this. In our case, on the 11th, we will have Tawaf Ifada plus, before or after, I think most likely before this, we will go back from Mina to Jamarat to hit all three shayateen, all three symbols of the devil, the shayateen, 777. So 21 pebbles we will be using on this day. So we will go together inshallah. Again, you follow the instructions. You will be saved. You will be, at much ease if you follow the group leaders with our Al-Amanah, banners around, inshallah. You follow them, and sometimes people rush to go at the front, and there's a lot of people there. So rather than hitting shaitan, you hit the brother next to you. He's not shaitan, brother. You hit the shaitan, the symbol there. So you go around at the back, you find an empty spot, and then you read Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and then you do your pelting of shaitan. Again, remember the sunnah. Very, simply, just make sure the pebble hits the symbol, the big pillar of shaitan, inshallah. So we will do this all three on the 11th, and then for us it will be Tawaf Ifada as well in the Kaaba in Makkah, inshallah. And then we will go back to Mina. We will go back to Mina. And the next day on the 12th, again, the main activity and the only big activity, which is one of the wajibat of Hajj, is to go back to Jamarat to hit the same shayateen again on the 12th. So again, so now on the 12th, we have two options. If again, in our case, if we decide that we leave Mina before Maghrib, if we can leave Mina boundary before Maghrib on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, then we do not need to do Rami or hitting shaitan on the next day, the 13th. If we do not go, and if we will see whatever the circumstances are, if you don't leave, then we'll have another day on the 13th. This is where the extra 21 pebbles will come in use. So we have to hit shaitan first on the 13th, and then we are inshallah out of Hajj, and Mina will go back to Aziziyah hotels inshallah. So these are the rituals of Hajj. Again, brothers, this is what is written and prescribed. Once we are there, inshallah, we will know more better. There may be delay, or we may have to leave early, or may have to leave a bit later. in the prescribed time, but inshallah all these possibilities are allowed in Islam, in our Sharia. There is flexibility, so don't worry, inshallah. Just follow your group leaders, your group muallimeen, inshallah. You will be at ease, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. This is all done from me. If Qari Sahib is there, inshallah, we will continue. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. As we said, between 4 to 5 we'll give the food, so it's 5 o'clock. I think most of you might be hungry as well, inshallah. So we will, inshallah, give the food. The food is ready. Qari Sahib is saying. So ladies first, inshallah, as always.
Inshallah, after food, inshallah, small speech from my side, bismillah, some ritual and some, inshallah, and question answer, and inshallah, all the details about the perfect situation in Makkah and life situation in Makkah and Medina, bismillah. Yes, inshallah, first I would like to invite the ladies, inshallah, they can go first, and also their priority, we have to start from now. In Hajj, their priority for the ladies and eldest people, and request, inshallah, first the lady, they can take the food, and then inshallah man can take the food, and no one can go out, inshallah. They have to stay until end, because I know majority of the people, they got the things, and after food they will feel tired, and the seminar is finished. No, finish with me, inshallah, bismillah. Yeah, yes, inshallah, break, bismillah, after half an hour, 25 minutes, inshallah.
Have your food, inshallah, and we'll continue.
Then we continue, bismillah. Jazakumullah khair.
उसको करवाएं, अल्लाह से गिड़गिड़ा के रोए धोए, और अपने जितना हो सके रियाकारी से, अपने अमाल में रियाकारी से, शोइंग ऑफ से बच के रहे, अपनी फैमिली को बचा के रहे. अभी हमारे यहाँ one of the, you can say, a practice have been adopted by the Muslims around, is that we have a lot of parties post Hajj and after Hajj. Before Hajj and even after Hajj, people do a lot of parties. There's no harm in doing that in order to celebrate the happiness, inshallah. But remember, as much sincerity is there, inshallah, Allah will accept your Hajj. I remember reading one of the story of one of the great Shaykh, Maulana Shafali Thanvi rahimahullah from Hindustan. He has written many books in order to do islah of people. Sometimes in our talks, in our words, in our sentences, we claim things in order to unwittingly or even unknowingly we are trying to tell people our good deeds, or in other words try to show off, which is not good. So Maulana Thanvi rahimahullah has written in one place that he has visited one of the rich person in India who just came back from Hajj. He came back from Hajj, so Maulana Thanvi visited him, because it is sunnah to visit a Haji or Mu'tamir. If somebody comes back from the house of Allah after Umrah or after Hajj, it's sunnah to visit them and ask them to make dua for you, because they are clean. Before they get busy in the worldly life again, ask them to make dua for you, because Allah will accept the dua. So Maulana Thanvi with that mindset went to this person to congratulate him, to say Mubarak to him for his Hajj. Now that brother, that uncle, though he performed Hajj, but he lacked the control over his tongue. So what he said to his workers, that we have a guest, we have a big chef, he is in our house, we have to look after him. So what you do, bring Zamzam water from my previous Hajj for him. मेरे पिछले साल के हज का जमजम पानी पिलाओ हजरत को. So Maulana Thanvi said that just with one sentence he has wasted all of his reward of Hajj. So Shaitan is very clever. He will prevent us from Hajj. He will make excuses. Oh, now your daughter is not married, your son is not married, you don't have a business yet, you're not very established yet. Just wait for the right time to go for Hajj. So all these excuses come in. Once we overcome excuses, once we are ready to go for Hajj, and then Shaitan will come with a different tactic. Within our Hajj, he will make us do silly things, he will make us say silly things, so we don't get accepted Hajj. If we overcome that as well, then he will make us do silly things after Hajj. So we have to always purify your intention, as our three Jamaat brothers say, अपनी नीयत check करो शुरू में, दरम्यान में और आखिर में. Always check your intention at the beginning, in the middle, and or at the end as well. Make sure that your Hajj and your Ibadah, your Salah, your Zakat, your Sadaqat, and all form of Ibadat is only for Allah. At-tahiyyatu lillahi was-salawatu wat-tayyibat. Zubani ibadeteं, माली इबादतें और बदनी इबादतें सब की सब किसके लिए हैं? सिर्फ अल्लाह के लिए. इन्ना सलाती व नुसुकी व महयाया व ममाती लिल्लाही लिल्लाही. सिर्फ अल्लाह के लिए मेरी ज़िंदगी भी, मेरी मौत भी, मेरी नमाज भी, मेरी कुर्बानी, my life, my death, my qurbani, my salah, my prayers, and all forms of ibadah is only and only for Allah and no one else. Inna yasir al-riya'i shirkun. Inna yasir al-riya'i shirkun. The words of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, the smallest form, the easiest and the smallest form of shirk. We all know, brothers and sisters, that the sin of shirk is not forgiven by Allah. May Allah protect one and all sitting here, and all Muslims. Inna Allah la yaghfiru an yushraka bi. Allah will not forgive if someone dies with the sin of shirk. We all know what is shirk? Making a partner with Allah. Allah भी करते हैं और ये भी करते हैं. ये बुजुर्ग भी करते हैं, औलिया भी करते हैं. नहीं, इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन. सिर्फ अल्लाह की इबादत और सिर्फ अल्लाह से मदद मांगना, किसी और से नहीं. सारे अंबिया ने दुआएं की तो किससे दुआ की? रब्बना रब्बना रब्बना, ए हमारे रब, ओ आवर लॉर्ड, ओ आवर लॉर्ड. Every prophet, Ibrahim alayhi salam never had a son for close to 90 years of his life. Who did he turn to for dua? Only Allah. Rabbi habli min as-salihin. Zakaria alayhi salam visited Maryam alayhi salam in Masjid al-Aqsa, in the chamber of Masjid al-Aqsa. She was a newborn baby. Her mother vowed to leave her in the service of masjid. So she left her in the masjid, in the chamber of masjid, fil mihrab, and Allah used to feed her with such fruits which was out of season, which was not even expected in the market, but she used to enjoy the fruits in her chamber. Zakaria alayhi salam, an old man, close to hundreds of years of age, weak, he saw the fruits and he asked Maryam, Anna laki hadha, oh Maryam, who gives you these fruits? I don't find them in the market. This is out of season. Where did this come from? And she said, Min indillah. Allah provided me with all these out of season fruits. So he reflected from this and he said, Oh Allah, I am out of season. I am an old man. I can't have children. My wife is out of season in terms of having children. She is barren. She is gone old. Our bones are weak. But if you can give Maryam fruits out of season, then you can give me and my wife a son. You can give us a child. And then both of them turned to Allah in their old age, not losing hope. Yarithuni, where's bin Ali Yaqub? He turned, and Allah sent good news to Prophet Zakaria alayhi salam with the angel. And Allah said, Zakaria, that Allah has responded to your prayer. In your old age, Allah will give you a son, and Allah has already named him Yahya. So nobody was named Yahya before this Yahya, and Allah named him. So the point, my brothers, is that sin of shirk is a big sin, and if someone dies with the sin of shirk, no matter how many hajj we have committed, we have performed, no matter how many ibadat we have performed, and how much charity we have done, we hear one sentence from our elders, from ulama and scholars, that people like Abu Jahl, the enemy of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Fir'aun of this ummah, he used to serve Hujjaj. He used to perform Hajj of his own style in those days. So हम सुनते जी Abu Jahl ने 52 Hajj किए. He did 52 times Hajj. But unfortunately Abu Jahl is not forgiven, will not be forgiven. Why? Because he died as an enemy to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and as a mushrik. So this is big sin. May Allah forgive and protect all, one and all. And the Prophet of Allah said, the point I want you to bring us on this is Inna yasir al-riyai shirkun. He said the least form of shirk is showing off to others in your ibadat. Through your hajj, through your salah, through your charities, through your zakat, through any form of ibadah. Any form of ibadah, any kind of showing off is something which is considered to be shirk. May Allah protect and protect our inshallah ibadat. Qari Makki Sahab will be here inshallah for the last session. Qari Makki Sahab, the head of Al-Amanah, our hero for this trip today. May Allah reward him, his family. They especially traveled from Pakistan to Saudi to leave some children there, and then they make it here just so we can have this amazing event today. So big inshallah thank you and big jazakallah to Qari Sahab and his family. Inshallah we'll have him here for the last session inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الله تعالى في الكتاب العزيز الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم من حج فلم يرفث ولم يفسق رجع كيوم ولدته أمه صدق الله العظيم وصدق الرسول النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Respected Hujjaj, dear Hujjaj, inshallah I will try to mix two languages together because some people they're saying also we need something in Urdu, but inshallah I will start in English and ending with Urdu. There are some few points, alhamdulillah, Sheikh Qadi and their brother Sajid, they mentioned lots of points, and no ta'qeeban, their word called in Arabic ta'qeeban, after them, no after them, but some new inshallah points I will mention. First, the meaning of Hajj, the philosophy of the Hajj, because alhamdulillah we know the a'mal and action and doings. 8 of Dhul Hijjah we have to go from Mecca to Mina, and we have to pray 2 rak'ah Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib and Isha, then day of Arafah, and also the logistic things. But they are behind the scene, under the lines, what the meaning of the Hajj, what the philosophy of the Hajj. Inshallah 3-4 points I will start, then lots of logistic question I can see, and inshallah we will in the end we will try to answer inshallah, like the hadith Rasulullah said, رَجَعَ كَيَوْمٍ وَلَدَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. When you go back, when you complete your Hajj, you will be as a new baby born. And inshallah also in this seminar and webinar, when you go back, inshallah no any question بإذن ta'ala. Okay, first mabda, first meaning of the Hajj, the first ma'na of the Hajj, القصد والتوجه إلى بيت الله الحرام. Qasd, when you go and you have attention and niyyah in specific days, specific ayyam, Dhul Hijjah, for example, if you want to do Hajj today in Makkah, in Medina, if you go to Mina, is acceptable Hajj? No, definitely we're waiting for 8 of Dhul Hijjah, Yawm al-Tarwiyah, and this is specific days and specific month. So we can, for example, some people they're saying we can watch the Hajj, for example, live and on TV and the day of Arafat we're performing our Umrah. If this Hajj acceptable? No. We have to move, we have to leave our comfort zone, we have to leave our memory foam bed, and we have to leave all this stuff, and we're going to Mecca for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then first mafhum of al-Hajj, qasd and tawajjuh, attention, niyyah, and you're leaving all this comfort zone, you're leaving everything just for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're going Mecca and Medina and in specific days and specific ayyam. First mafhum of the Hajj, first meaning of the Hajj, this attention, this tawajjuh has to be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for in specific days and specific ayyam and specific hours. For example, 8th of Dhul Hijjah, this is day of Mina. 9th of Dhul Hijjah, this is day of Arafah. 10th of Dhul Hijjah, this is Ayyam al-Tashriq. All these things, A'malul Hajj, we have to do them, we have to make all these things in specific days. Second thing, the second meaning of the Hajj, Mabda, the principle of the brotherhood. Allah says in the Quran, Inna hadihi ummatukum ummatan wahida. All this ummah is one ummah. We have lots of different opinions, we have lots of ikhtilafat, we have, for example, lots of backgrounds, we have lots of schools. But imagine in Mecca, our Qibla is one. Yes, no? Yes. When we go in Haram and all the Muslims from different places, different countries, where their Qibla? Baytullah. Imagine also their Talbiyah is one. If you Sajid say Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, is Adil say something else? No. All the Hujjaj, you and from Pakistan, India, different places, different countries, all of them, they have a one word, what it's called, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika laka Labbaik. Also, our Nabi is one. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Khatamun Nabiyyin, who said, Al-ajru ala qadri al-nasab. The reward of the Hajj will be as your hardship. Sabr. The key of this journey is sabr, patience. Yes, we're saying right now something, but in this situation you will see something else. Hajj is definitely is every year we learn something new. One of the biggest scholar is called Mullah Jiwan. He came to Hajj and he write down big kitab. It's called Manasik al-Hajj. And subhanAllah, when he started tawaf, he started wrong way. Some people mentioned this Sheikh, Maulana Sheikh, Ya Sheikh, please you can start the tawaf from right way, and this is the wrong way. And at least when you come, you have to read this book. It's called Manasik al-Hajj. The guy who done this mistake, who is the alim and sheikh, he written this big book which is called Manasik al-Hajj. What does it mean? Okay, he know theory as the theory, but when he done practically, there's a lot of mistakes. So Hajj is no easy. Hajj is difficult. Hajj, no, me and you said about it, is a very easy. Hajj is seriously tough. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned al-ajru ala qadri al-nasab. As your hardship, Hajj, Allah give you a reward. Why the reward is man hajja falam yarfut, the hadith I mentioned in front of you. Okay, when you go back, you will be as a baby born. Okay, you have to do a lot of hardship. So inshallah, during some points, inshallah, I have to mention, especially for example from the airport and through the journey. At the airport, inshallah, there will be a different groups, inshallah. One group going 7th of June, one group going off at 9 and one 11th. With all these groups, there are different group leaders. For example, with one group, Sheikh Imam Qadi will be with them, and one group, Sheikh Abdul Rahim Zarakarioji. Sheikh Abdul Rahim is there, 15 to 20 people. Brother Adil, mashallah, is there. Can you also stand up, Brother Adil? With one group of 35, Brother Adil, inshallah, will be as a group leader. And Brother Sajid, mashallah, tabarakallah, also will be in Mecca and Medina, but with another way, but inshallah, we will see him and he will see us bi'idhnillah ta'ala. So after airport, when we arrived at Jeddah airport, normally because you have Saudi Airlines, and there is little bit more easier than any another airlines because they have different airports, Terminal 1 and Mabna al-Hujjaj Hajj Terminal, and they have also another terminal. But with Saudi Airlines, little bit easier more than another airports. But also keep in your mind sometimes very 6 to 5 hours to reach Mecca. Normally when you go in Umrah, you see it's just, for example, when you go outside, you find your car easily 1.5 to 2 hours. You reach Mecca safely and you check in the hotel. Hajj is, brothers and sisters, is not like this. Hajj is a lots of formality, a lots of paperwork. When you arrive at the airport, yes, we have some people with us, they look after us, some our friend, but it doesn't mean, okay, when you reach at the airport, everything will be easy. Also country-wise, you know, a lots of difficulties during Hajj, and you know also 2.5-3 million. Think about, for example, when we leave Leicester to London, if any accident like today, some people they became late. Why? Maybe any problem happened. But in Mecca and Medina, especially from Mecca to Mina, is no city to another city. It's just one area. For example, 10 to 20 kilometers. You have to move from, for example, from Mecca to Mina, 8, 9, 10 kilometers, and also Mina to Arafah, 2-3 kilometers. So imagine all these people, 2-3 million people, they wanna move from one side to another side in same time, and everyone be in rush. All this stuff, you have to keep it in your mind. So when you inshallah arrive at the airport, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, our group leaders, inshallah, they will take you outside. Inshallah, you will see the different, some people, inshallah, also they will wait at the airport. They will try their best. There's no promise, but they will try their best, inshallah, to keep, to make everything smoothly and quicker, inshallah. When you reach Mecca, some groups, they will come to Fairmont Clock Tower, because we have two packages, different people, different packages. One is for a few days in Fairmont. When we start, their package start from Fairmont Clock Tower, 3-4 nights, half board basis in Fairmont Clock Tower. Then they will move to Azizia. Okay, and some people they're going directly to Azizia, and Azizia Hotel, inshallah, we're trying to show you, inshallah, in the end, is apartment. Definitely is no like Fairmont Clock Tower, is no like highest hotel, but is nice and good and comfort apartment. They are attached bath, and also like we promise you, no more than four people, normally people with the people with more than 5, 6, 7, 8 people, but inshallah no more than 4 people. The reason of the Azizia is because very close to Jamarat and close to where we will stay during Hajj. Then inshallah we will move from Mecca to an Azizia apartment to Mina. Normally we do night of 7th. We prepare ourselves to be ready for, after midnight. Yes, because we will see the situation and realize when we have to go. Inshallah, after midnight, no one has to come downstairs. Everyone will be in his room. Inshallah, we will organize, and then when the time 0 meter time come, and he will let you know, and inshallah easily you can get your buses, and then we reach to Mina. Alhamdulillah, our buses are dedicated buses. Is no, for example, the word called Rad Wahid, one way. We have two Rad. We have one Rad mean the bus will be with us since 7th of Zulhijjah until last day of the Hajj. It's mean inshallah it will be a more easier for us. The buses will be with us in Mina and Arafah and Muzdalifah and all the journey of the Hajj. Last year, subhanallah, we have complained because it was after Muzdalifah, some people they walked a lot from Mina. It was hot, and they walked from Muzdalifah to Mina, then back to Azizia, and subhanallah we got our buses until our building in Azizia. But we started this journey, I think so 9-10 o'clock, and we finished at 3-4 o'clock. After 6-7 hours, some people they complain, हम बहुत लंबा बैठे हैं, हम थक गए हैं. तो when they realize some people उधर से आ रहे हैं and they walking, and उनकी हालत बिल्कुल बस हुई भी, किसी का जूता भी नहीं है, किसी के पास हराम भी अजीब हालत में, then say no कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है, बिल्कुल हम ठीक हैं, हम हैप्पी हैं. तो वो बैठना भी जो है ना कभी कभी शिकायत हो जाता है, then sometime become no शिकायत. अच्छा जी, तो उसके बाद हम 7 की रात को ज़हनी फ़िक्री तौर पे तैयार रहें कि आफ्टर मिडनाइट हम रश नहीं करते. हम ये नहीं कहते कि जी आप सब ihram पहन के यू हैव टू कम डाउन स्टेयर. नो, अपने अपने कमरों में रहें. हमें पता है हमने क्या करना है, जो हमारा काम है वो आप हमारे ऊपर छोड़ें. जस्ट ये सबसे मेन थिंग है कि इन 5 डेज़ में आज हम थोड़ा सा हंस रहे हैं, खेल रहे हैं, मदीना में भी इंशाल्लाह, लेकिन 5 डेज़ में आपने हमारी बात सही तरह सुननी है. अपने हमारी ज़ात के लिए नहीं, नो फॉर अस, वल्लाहि अज़ीम फॉर योर ईज़ बिइज़्निल्लाह. या इफ़ यू लिसन टू द इंस्ट्रक्शन, आप हमारे साथ फॉलो अप करेंगे, जो चीज़ें हमारे साथ रहेंगे, हम आपकी राहत के लिए वो कर रहे होंगे. आप ज़हन में रखें कि हमारा मसलन ए जोन का है, टेंट्स है, बिल्कुल जमारात के सामने है. आप ये ज़हन में जो आपने वीडियो देखे हुए हैं, आप वो ज़हन में ना रखें. इस टाइम पे पिछले हज में बहुत से लोगों को जगह ही नहीं मिली थी. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमने मौलाना कादी साहब ने एक टाइमिंग ऐसी अच्छी सिलेक्ट की, और अल्लाह ने उसमें हमें नुसरत दे दी कि बाज़ लोग कहते हैं अभी हम क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं इतनी जल्दी. तो जल्दी पहुँचने से फ़ायदा ये हमें हुआ कि मिना में भी हमें पूरी जगह मिल गई और जो हमारे बाद वाले लोग आने वाले थे उनको जगह भी नहीं मिली। ऐसे ही अरफात हम मसलन फजर बिल्कुल फजर की अजान पे हो रही थी और हम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अरफात पहुँचे और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी फाउंड अ गुड प्लेस एंड द पीपल आफ्टर अस सुबहानअल्लाह सम पीपल दे पेड मोर देन यू सम यानी मुझे याद आ रहा है कि पाकिस्तान की कोई आर्मी के हज़रात थे, बहुत एक्सपेंसिव पैकेज था लेकिन जब आए अफसोस के साथ जगह नहीं मिली। तो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि जब आप हमारी यू फॉलो द इंस्ट्रक्शन इंशाअल्लाह आप लोगों के लिए भी बेहतरी है, हमारे लिए भी बेहतरी है, एटलीस्ट दिस 5 days एंड ऑल्सो बिहाइंड एन आहार, क्योंकि वी डोंट डू फॉर यानी हम अपने लिए नहीं कर रहे, जस्ट बिकॉज यू ट्रस्ट आस, आपने हमारे पर अपना ट्रस्ट डाला तो हमारा फरीदा है कि हम आखिरी दम तक आपकी राहत को हम तलाश करें। लेकिन इसका हरगिज़ मतलब नहीं है कि हज मशक्क़त नहीं है, हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे, लेकिन हज की जो ख़ुद अपनी मशक्क़तें हैं उसको तो बंदा बात चीज़ें कंट्रोल के बाहर होती हैं। खाना लेट हो गया मसलन, अभी तो हमने 4:30 का खाना पहले था, द फूड वाज बिफोर एंड वी एट आफ्टर 5 o'clock, मे बी सम टाइम इन अजीज़िया वी एक्सेप्टिंग द फूड 8:30, maybe the food will arrive 9:30, 10 o'clock, and keep this in your mind, patient and sabr. During Hajj, Mina, like Imam Qadi said, we have to be in Salat al-Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib and Isha and the Fajr for next day. If not, then we will pray the Fajr in Arafah and we will spend all day in Arafah. Arafah is a big day, Arafah is Ruknul Hajj. अगर सुन्नत का दिन मसलन मिना में कोई बंदा नहीं पहुंच सकता, इफ़ यू डोंट रीच टू मिना इस सुन्ना की तारीफ बिल्कुल आसान सी है, मा युसाबु फाइलुहु ला युआक़बु तारिकुहु, इफ़ यू डू इट यू विल गेट अ मोर रिवॉर्ड, इफ़ यू लेफ्ट इट इज़ नो हार्म, इज़ नो गुनाह। समटाइम्स सम पीपल बहुत स्टिक हो जाते हैं, जी वो नफल की चीज़ थी, वो नाफिला थी, पहले नफल का माना भी समझ आने चाहिए। मरातिबुल अहकाम जो शरीयत में है, वाजिब, रुकन, वाजिब, फ़र्द, इनको उसी के मुताबिक कैटेगरी देनी चाहिए। बस मसलन नफल चीज़ होती है उसको हम फरीदे का रुतबा दे देते हैं, इज़ रॉन्ग। रुकन रुकन रहेगा, वाजिब वाजिब रहेगा, सुन्नत सुन्नत रहेगी और जो नफल है वो नफल रहेगा। तो कोई हमें जिसको कहते हैं कि तंग ज़हन नहीं होना चाहिए। दीन हमारा बहुत ओपन है, दीन हमारा, अल्लाह कुरान में फरमाते हैं ला युकल्लिफुल्लाहु नफ्सन इल्ला वसअहा, कि क़द्र इस्तिताअत आप जितना कर सकें अल्लाह रब्बुल इज़्ज़त उसको कबूल करते हैं। और उसके अलावा अगर कोई चीज़ रह भी जाती है तो उसके ऊपर ये नहीं है कि जी हम बड़े स्टिक हो जाएं कि जी ये ऐसे है ऐसे है। दीन को मुश्किल हम लोगों ने बनाया हुआ है, हालांकि हकीकतन दीन हमारा बहुत ईजी है, बहुत आसान है। तो अय्याम हज में आपको थोड़ा सा हमारे साथ बहुत ताउन करना पड़ेगा एंड देन इंशाल्लाह एवरीथिंग विल बी इजी बिइज़्निल्लाह ताआला। एंड हकीकतन एज एक्सपीरियंस सुबहानअल्लाह व्हेन वी द पीपल लिविंग अस फ्रॉम मदीना एयरपोर्ट, हम एक दूसरे को हक करके छोड़ना चाहते हैं, प्यार मोहब्बत के साथ छोड़ना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज वी वर्क हार्ड एंड दिस इज़ नॉट टुडे। इंशाल्लाह यू विल सी अस इन द सिचुएशन, बिकॉज अपनी तारीफ़ या अपना तारुफ भी नहीं बंदे को करना चाहिए, तारुफ और तारीफ़ आपको खुद ब खुद सिचुएशन में होगी और सिचुएशन आपको बताएगी। वी विल ट्राई आवर बेस्ट कि आप हज़रात का हज जो है आसान हो और राहत से हो और अच्छे तरीके से और सुन्नत के मुताबिक हो। क़दर इम्कान देखें जो काम शरीयत के मुताबिक नहीं है, आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम फरमाते हैं खुदू अन्नी मनासिककुम, कि मनासिक हज, टेक द मनासिक, टेक द रूट्स ऑफ द हज, द अमालुल हज फ्रॉम मी, ये नहीं कि फ्रॉम आवर माइंड, फ्रॉम व्हाट वी नीड, व्हाट आवर रिक्वायर्ड, नो, फ्रॉम द रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, कि किस तरीके से वो सुन्नत के मुताबिक अमल होना है। वो कौन बताएंगे आपको? फस्अलू अहल ज़िक्रि इन कुंतुम ला तअलमून, किनको पूछना है? जो अहल इल्म है। अगर अपने दिमाग से हर बंदा हर चीज़ करना शुरू कर दे, यू नो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज योर स्पेशलिस्ट फॉर एग्जाम्पल इज इंजीनियर, अब मैं इसके काम में आके इफ आई इंटरफेयर माई सेल्फ, आई डोंट नो हाउ कैन आई फिक्स द थिंग्स। ऑल्सो ये भी ऐसे हम हज का मामला जो है वो हमारे ऊपर है, हमें पता है कैसे डील करना है। शरीयत का जो मुक्तदियात हैं, यू हैव टू गो बैक टू उलमा एंड आस्क देम, then inshallah you will find the ease and you will find inshallah the amal, the work, the things as a sunnah to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Second point about the day of ayyam al-tashriq, day of 10th is a difficult day, बहुत मुश्किल दिन है, उसको हम मैनेज कैसे करते हैं, because all the journey will be up by inshallah by coach. But this day, when we come back to Azizia, some people they don't like the Azizia when they book the package. But during Hajj, during these days, they love Azizia. Subhanallah. When they have a gathering together like now and they eating food together. और बहुत से ऐसे मनाजिर में है कि कई हज़रात की उधर हज के दौरान जब वापस आए हैं, वकील साहब आपने आपको दावत देनी है कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारे बच्चे और बच्चों की शादी हो गई हैं आपस में, तो आप सबब बने या हज जो है सबब बना, तो इसकी वजह से आपको हम दावत, तो इसलिए अजीज़िया ड्यूरिंग डेज ऑफ हज इज़ वेरी कम्फर्टेबल बिकॉज थिंक अबाउट फॉर एग्जाम्पल मक्का, Azizia and Mina. Between Makkah and Azizia there are 3.24 kilometers. From Azizia where our apartment locates to Jamarat 1.5-2 kilometers. Okay? आप ये सोचें कि during Hajj, first day Mina, जब आप छोड़ेंगे, when you leave for example your original bed in your home and you leave, you're going to Makkah, the bed is for example 120. Then you leave this and you go to Mina in one small sofa bed. Wallahi like a grave. जैसे बंदा कब्र में होगा ना, exactly ये तस्वुर है आपका कि, और हज का भी तस्वुर यही है. आप जब इहराम उतारते हैं, when you leave the ihram, sorry, when you wear the ihram, इसका क्या मतलब है कि मैंने कल पढ़ा था, मंजिलतुम मिन मनाजिल आखिरा, गोया कि आखिरत की एक मंजिल है. क्यों? कफन भी जब बंदा पहनते हैं, when you wear the kafan, also you left all the stuff, खलास दुनिया से सारी चीज़ें ख़त्म होगी. ऐसे ही when you wear the ihram, you leaving the tayyibat, you leaving the perfume, you leaving everything just for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. तो इन दोनों में मुशाबहत ये है कि इधर आप तजर्रुद यानी दुनिया करके ihram पहन रहे हैं और दुनिया को छोड़ रहे हैं, because you leaving the दुनिया behind. अब ये सोचें कि all of you for example जो वर्ल्ड पे जाते हैं, some businesses, you leaving all this stuff and you going to Makkah, you are empty, आपके पास कोई काम नहीं है करने को, you know this. And sometime when some ulama they go with us, I'm asking them, please try your best. This is the best time of the da'wah. This is the best time to teach those hujjaj. They left all the stuff in the bag and they're coming just for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ये सुनने के लिए आए हैं, ये कुछ सीखने के लिए आए हैं. तो अगर हम कुताही करेंगे, मौलाना कादी साहब कुताही करेंगे, ना सिखा सके आपको, तो हमें गुनाह होगा इस चीज़ का. और अगर आपके अमाल हज, if your action of the hajj become as a broken, no good, also we are responsible. But आप भी हमारे ऊपर ट्रस्ट करो, जैसे अभी आपने ट्रस्ट किया, ऐसे इंशाल्लाह अगले मरहल में भी ट्रस्ट करें. तो डे ऑफ 12th of Dhul Hijjah, या sorry 10th of Dhul Hijjah, why is tough? Because you spend first day in Mina, you're good health, and then you come to Arafat. Then you done a lots of du'as and dhikr and standing up front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all the ma'asi, hope करते हैं कि all the ma'asi finish. शैतान अपना काम अब उधर के बाद शुरू करना शुरू करता है. अच्छा जी आप हाजी बन गए हैं, आपके दिमाग में बार बार शैतान आएगा, जी हाजी साहब अब हाजी बन गए हैं, क्योंकि गुनाह ख़त्म हो गए ना, गुनाह ख़त्म. अब वो क्या होगा, गुनाह के दोबारा शुरुआत कि अच्छा मैं अब हाजी बन गया हूँ, अच्छा मुझे अब हाजी साहब कहा जाएगा, अच्छा जी मैं बिल्कुल गुनाहों से पाक हो गया हूँ. उसके बाद मुज़्दलिफ़ा की रात पे जब आप ऑन दी फ्लोर, गनीयुकुम व फ़क़ीरुकुम, कबीरुकुम व सग़ीरुकुम, बड़ा छोटा, स्मॉल, बिगेस्ट, पोर रिच, सब हज़रात हुए ज़मीन, फ्लोर, नो टेंट्स ऑल्सो, नो सोफ़ा बेड, नो AC, नो एयर कंडीशन. उधर जाके बाज़ लोग, मुझे पिछले एक्सपीरियंस में आता है कि वाशिंग में कल साहब इज़ राइट नाउ लाइक दिस. यस, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying to us we have to do this stuff, why we are on the floor. ये है जो चीज़ फत्तक़ूनी या उलिल अलबाब, कि जिस तक़वे के लिए, जिस piety के लिए आप जा रहे हैं, the piety you wanna expand in your heart and you wanna put it inside, you wanna be clean. This is the taqwa. Why? For sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. इख़लासुल उबूदिय्या लिल्लाह, ये आप मेरे लिए, अपने लिए, किसी के लिए नहीं कर रहे, for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. तो जो बंदा इधर अपना टेम्पर को कंट्रोल कर गया, day of 10, because when you finish all this stuff you're very tired and there are lots of work to do. For example, maybe we can manage properly, we come back to Azizia, we'll take little rest, bath after the Qurbani. Then majority of the people they don't like the Azizia this day. Azizia तो बड़ा अच्छी जगह है, तो बड़े अच्छे एयर कंडीशन लगे हुए हैं, बड़ा ठंड है इधर तो बेड भी हैं, इधर तो बाथरूम भी हैं, इधर खाना पीना भी है. This Azizia will come very comfort zone for you inshallah. Then we decide second day, next day, when we complete stoning and come back to Azizia, take a rest, go back to Mina inshallah. We don't do first day tawaf and sa'i. Yeah. Second day, inshallah, because 3 days is allowed, Shar'an, 10, 11, 12. Day of 11th, inshallah, when we be in Mina, when we do stoning for Jamarat and come back to Azizia, inshallah, we will arrange some buses to go Haram, Umrah karke, phir wabis Azizia ke point bana ke, from Azizia to Mina is more easier. ठीक है, तो इसको भी हम इंशाल्लाह अच्छे तरीके से ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे ताकि आप लोग थके ना इस चीज़ से. दूसरा पॉइंट, तीसरा पॉइंट जो मेरे जहन में आ रहा था कि कुछ हजरात कह रहे हैं जी कुर्बानी और ये किस तरीके से होगी. Seriously, brothers and sisters, we don't put qurbani in the package. We don't do it as a business, because this mas'ala is huquq al-ibad, no huquq Allah. For example, if I leave namaz, maybe Allah forgive me. If I left, for example, any things from huquq Allah, maybe Allah forgive me. But huquq al-ibad, if I take 1 pound from Sajid, if I didn't give him back, and subhanallah, day of judgment, Allah will bring me friend of him. And Allah will stamp him maghfirat nahi karenge, us stamp karenge, take from this hasana, my hasana to him, and his sayyat and sins to me, because no money that day. Yeah, तो हुकूक उल इबाद का जो मसला है उसके अंदर थोड़ी सा मुश्किल होती है, तो इस वजह से in this situation reality we will let you know कि we can trust these people. I will go in this place. If you have more than one choice, you can do with the banks. If you wanna go do with us, we will arrange in this situation. We will let you know. And why this Hajj? We have to know some points. अमाल हमने जान लिए. Dhikrullah. Allah says in the Quran, لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ وَيَذْكُرُوا اسْمَ اللَّهِ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْلُومَاتٍ. When we go Makkah and Medina and days of Hajj, they are dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are benefit of the dunya and akhirah. There are lots of ulama from different places. Maybe you meet them. They are different backgrounds people. They are different language people. Black, white, red. All of them, they are different backgrounds, different thinking, but they come for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you meet them, subhanallah, you have a new experience with them. कोई बंदा आपको तवाफ में कोनी मार रहा है, बाज़ लोग what is this, why, yeah, but अगर आप इसको इस तरीके से लें कि ये भी एक मज़ा है, ये भी एक रंग है हज का, मार रहे तो थोड़ा सा मज़ा कर लेंगे. Trust me, my brother, wallahi, Hajj will be easy for you. If you just sitting, ये क्यों हो रहा है, ये क्यों हो रहा है, why is doing this, it's haram, you don't know, in England is no, my brother, he's living in Nigeria. In Nigeria, no road. He come from Bangladesh. Bangladesh में मारे बगैर वो कहते हैं मज़ा नहीं आता. We have to push, then you will feel is a nice. So, brothers and sisters, please, in Makkah and Medina and during Hajj, seriously, if you take it with good attention, if you take it, all this stuff is enjoyable things, and the result you're waiting for, what is it? رَجَعَكَ يَوْمٍ وَلَدَتْهُ أُمُّهُ. When you go back, you inshallah, you will be as a new baby born, no sins. And when you come back, you have to be ambassador of the Islam. When you go back, आपकी जिम्मेदारियां बढ़ जाएंगी. आप पहले वाले बंदे नहीं रहेंगे. Trust me, you will change. Big change. Why is a lifetime journey? क्यों कहा जाता है कि ये जर्नी ऐसी है कि पूरी जिंदगी को, पूरी हयात को बदल देती है? ये आपको महसूस होगा when you come back. आप कोई बंदा मसलन हमें से कोई बुरा काम करता था. Before you do this bad thing, wallahi, lots of things from inside is stopping you. झूठ बोलना था, नहीं बोलना चाहिए, दिल नहीं कर रहा बोलने को. This change is not from me, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. कोई गलत काम करते थे, माँ you do sins, something stop you from inside. This is the Hajj, my brothers and sisters. इधर आके आपकी नई ड्यूटी हो जाएगी, आप एम्बेसडर बन जाएंगे, या आप दाइया बन जाएंगे, आप दूसरों को अच्छी बात और दीन की चीज़ें सिखाना शुरू हो जाएंगे. कुछ और भी चीज़ें थी. अब मेरे ख्याल में क्वेश्चन, take the questions inshallah. Yeah, and first there are some things, Brother Adil, if you don't mind, please bring the stuff. And and some people asking who can we wear our ihram. Okay, today, alhamdulillah, I think so, all the people they got, for the ladies, we done this abaya. Inshallah, it's complimentary abaya. Inshallah, you will like it, bismillah. And their scarf as well. And their bag, 3 bags, 1 shoe bag and the Jamarat bag, and one for yani Quran, books, anything you wanna. When you go haram, you can put bottle of the water. Their mattress tray as well, brother Adil with him, yes. And there 1 bottle, I think so, 1 belt and 1 umbrella, and all this stuff, inshallah, you accept it as a gift from us, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And also, pen. Maybe you need to note some information and some tips, inshallah, bismillah. So, ihram, Sheikh Qadi, there are 2 sheets of the ihram, 1 izar and 1 rida. Izar, the top one, and rida, the down one. For these men, they have to wear ihram. Ladies, anything, any clothes. Is no shirt. For example, some people they're wearing white. You can wear any color, inshallah, no problem. Just your Hajj is attention. What we mentioned, Allahumma inni uridu al-hajja, oh Allah, I need this Hajj for myself. Easy this Hajj for me and accept this Hajj from me. But man, the shartul Hajj, the pillar of the Hajj, one of the pillar is ihram. Like a second pillar is a wuquf Arafah. You have to stand up in Arafah if for a while, if 1 second. Arafah and Tawaf al-Ifada, the Yawm al-Tashriq, the day of 10. This is the arkan, pillar of the Hajj. Without them, Hajj is no jaiz. So, inshallah, Sheikh Qadi will show you how do you put your ihram.
So there are different ways. If you already experience and practice some of them, and main thing is that if you, obviously your ihram should be strong, inshallah. On top of it, you can also wear the belt, the normal belts, even if it's stitched, it's still fine. So there are some belts with the pockets for your phones and some other valuables. So you can, the best way which we normally do is like, open your legs up, inshallah, like this, and then put your ihram sheet like this.
The reason of opening this
is so when you walk, when you have to do a lot of walking in the state of ihram, so your legs are free to move about, inshallah. If your legs are tight, then you will take smaller steps, and the brother is already ahead of you. So you have to open your legs, so you have a leg room to walk with, and then you bring the seats together like this, and then you put them together here. Yes? Can you all see, inshallah? Yeah. Then bring it this way. And then from here, with this, you can just fold. Do a strong fold all around. Back. And do another one. Okay? Yeah. And now on top of it, more is recommended to put a belt on top, inshallah, so to make it more secure. And then you have a free movement, inshallah. Even if you run in Sa'i, Safa Marwa, inshallah, it will not come off. If you feel it's getting loose, then go on the side, inshallah, do it again. This is your lower ihram, okay? The belt on top will, inshallah, secure it for you, and then, inshallah, you will be comfortable to walk around without the fear of dropping it. Number 1. Number 2, if you need to do wudu or if you need to take shower within your ihram state, there's no harm. You can take shower, put it back on. You can take wudu. Also, to keep it clean, it has to be clean in tahara, so you can pray salah in it as well. So to keep it clean, you can remove it and put it back on. It will not break your ihram status. So this is the lower part. The top part is easy. You just need to cover your top part of your body. So you can bring it like this. So keep less to this side, left side, and keep more to the right side, so you can use it to throw it over your shoulders. Okay? And some brothers use safety pins to hold it together. That's fine, but generally it's fine. So mostly you'll be like this in your ihram, keeping your body covered, inshallah. In tawaf, in Umrah tawaf as well, and mainly in Umrah tawaf only. So you will be uncovering your right shoulder. So you have to bring your ihram from the right side under your arm and then throw it over, and then you will just continue just for tawaf only. Once your tawaf is over, this is called istiba. In Arabic it's called istiba. And then something called ramal as well, that if possible for you, for the men only, in the first 3 rounds of tawaf, you do ramal, which is just extra pace walking or running. You do that, and that was because the kuffar mushrikeen used to say that people from Medina, the Prophet of Allah and the Sahaba, they have gone weak. They have got some diseases and now they are weak Muslims. So the Prophet said, no, show them that we are still strong. We are still, alhamdulillah, healthy and wealthy, inshallah, spiritually speaking. So for that purpose, the ramal came about, inshallah. So once tawaf is over, then you can put it back on, inshallah, and then you cover your full body with the ihram, inshallah. Okay? So this was one method of wearing ihram. Otherwise, you can apply any method you like as long as it's comfortable and it's strong enough with a belt on top, inshallah, so which can your leg room is there, you can walk around, inshallah. So this is how you wear ihram. Okay, brother? Exactly.
Okay.
This is for the men only.
Before we start our questions, inshallah, and seriously, I would like to thank all of you. You attend today this seminar, and some people they come from far away, from Glasgow, especially. Jazakallah khair. Allah accept your effort and Allah reward you seriously. And second thing, I would like to thank our subhanallah. Some people they are asking us, between us. कि पाकिस्तानी पासपोर्ट का फ़ायदा क्या है? What the benefit of Pakistani passport? I think so. Now you realize their फायदा of Pakistani passport? Yes, no? Yes?
क्यों बता दे?
हाँ?
बताओ दे फायदा क्या?
आपको नहीं लग रहा कोई फ़ायदा है?
After 57 years.
चलिए मैं बता देता हूँ।
पाकिस्तानी हाजी।
नहीं, पाकिस्तानी पासपोर्ट का सबसे बड़ा फ़ायदा हमें ये हुआ है कि ट्रेडिशनल वे के मुताबिक, जिसमें आप लोगों के साथ जैसे आप हमें क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, यू आस्किंग अस लॉट्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन, वी आर रेडी टू आंसर यू, एंड someone will be with you as a sheikh, as a alim, as a मौलाना, and someone will be with you as a logistic. अब ये सोचें जो दूसरे हज़रात हैं जो दूसरे तरीके से हज कर रहे हैं, जो भी हो whatever, उनके साथ क्या इतनी रहनुमाई हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही? Ask yourself, and I think so lots of people know the answers very well. कि उधर कितने सवालों का जवाब दिया जा रहा है, because alhamdulillah brother Sajid from our different part, he is on nusuk system and he is mashallah responsible for Rawaf Mina Hujjaj from our side as Al-Amanah and as a Tazkiyah. So हमें पता है कि हम उधर किस तरीके से और आप लोगों के साथ कैसे अल्लाह ताला की तरफ से डील हो रही है. Number one. Number two, حقيقة subhanallah, this procedure take long time. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with the people. I can see they're like angels. Some of them there, some of them they are far away from us at the moment, and they help us and support us all through the journey. So, for example, I give you example. Everyone know when we're getting appointments, I think so we need more than 2 months to get appointment. Yeah, and everyone been South Pakistan embassy, he realized. Okay, alhamdulillah, Allah blessed him with a good time, and he done his more than one. I can see here more than one, and I know especially. Okay, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a priority, and with the asbab, with the cause from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and those people, Allah will give them reward. Allah can see, Allah know. And also, we would like to thank our Pakistan government and the Ministry of Hajj and Ministry of Religious and Ministry of Home Ministry and the Ministry of the Foreign Ministry. They prioritize some stuff and they done very quick. The things need 6-8 months, and subhanallah, they done them within few weeks. Why? Because you inshallah will present in Mecca and Medina in Arafat, and subhanallah is big thing. This thing, no, for example, can I ask a question? They're richest people more than you? Definitely yes. आपसे सेहतमंद लोग भी हैं, आपसे अमीर भी हैं, yes. But why Allah select you? क्यों अल्लाह ने आपको चूज किया है? इसके ऊपर हमें let me say alhamdulillah, say seriously big alhamdulillah कि इन सारे लोगों में से अल्लाह ने आपको चुना है कि you have to go for this Hajj. It's no small thing. आपको आज शायद इस चीज़ ना महसूस हो, जब आप उधर मक्का में होंगे, अराफात को देखेंगे, मिना को देखेंगे, when you see the Kaaba, Baytullah. I give you one small example, wallahi al-azim. One our sister, she's from Glasgow, she booked package with us, she's mashallah businesswoman, and she said to me, Kaisa, please if you don't mind, you can book a business class, first class, and just 2 seats empty, one in the front, one in the back. We don't want anyone around us. So I said, okay, we're done. And then she said, I need 3 GMC, one for me, one in the front, one in the back. I said, okay, we can. Allah ने उनको दिया, okay. But I told her one thing, कि जब आप मक्का जाओगी, जब पहली दफ़ा आपकी नज़र काबतुल्लाह पे पड़ेगी, when you see the Kaaba first time, then I will come and I see you and I will ask you the question. She said, okay, no problem. हकीकत ऐसे हुई कि during these days round पे था कि there are some groups in Makkah and I saw this sister Jazakallah khair and she mashallah every year now she going for Umrah and she done Hajj with us also twice. When she see the Kaaba first time, कांपने लगी, shaking. Then I asked her कि किधर गई आपकी GMC है, किधर गई आपकी गाड़ी है, किधर गई आपकी जो वो 2 फर्स्ट क्लास की सीटें थी आगे और पीछे वाली. Finish. Power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than anyone else. जब हम अल्लाह की तरफ रुजू करेंगे, जब हम अल्लाह के साथ ताल्लुक़ कायम करेंगे, हज का मतलब ही है, this is the meaning of hajj, कि link with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala direct, ask him, wallah he will give you. Once मेरे कुछ शागिर्द हैं अरबी सीखते हैं मेरे से, तो मैंने उनको कहा कि यार अल्लाह से मांगा करो, लोगों की जेबों की तरफ क्यों देखते हो, कोई भी कुछ भी नहीं देता इस ज़माने में. आपका अक़ीदा इतना पुख्ता होना चाहिए कि जब आपको 500 पौंड चाहिए, 1000 पौंड चाहिए, अल्लाह से मांगो, ज़्यादा मांगो, ask him more, don't ask him less, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide for you. सुबहान अल्लाह 3 हफ्ते के बाद उसका अक़ीदा इतना पुख्ता हो गया. मुझे कहता है उस्ताद साहब ये मैं उठा तो मेरे बिस्तर के नीचे 500 रुपया मौजूद था. मैंने कहा वो तुम्हारे ही गिरा होगा, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ताल्लुक़ तुम्हारा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कायम हो गया अल्लाह के साथ. हकीकतन रियलिटी, मैं ज़रा तसव्वुरात की दुनिया में नहीं रहता, हक़ाइक़ की दुनिया में रहता हूँ, रियलिटी में. सो इंशाअल्लाह ये सारी चीज़ें आपके साथ हम इसलिए शेयर कर रहे हैं, मुश्किलात इसलिए बता रहे हैं कि इसके बाद आफ्टर दिस इफ़ अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला ब्रिंग एनी ईज़, मा असाबक मिन हसनतिन फमिन अल्लाह व मा असाबक मिन सय्यतिन फमिन नफ्सिक. अगर कोई अच्छा है पॉजिटिव चीज़ हो गई तो अल्लाह की तरफ से होगी, हमारी तरफ से नहीं. अगर कोई नेगेटिविटी होगी वो हमारे अमाल की वजह से होगी, यानी जो हम बुरे अमाल करते हैं अल्लाह की तरफ से नहीं होगी. सो इफ़ यू हैव अ गुड अटेंशन विद अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला के इन्नमल अअमालु बिन्नियात व इन्नमा तुरज़क़ून अला क़द्रि निय्यातिकुम, कि आपको आपकी नीयत से भी ज़्यादा मिलते हैं, आपको आपकी नीयत के मुताबिक मिलता है. आप सल्लल्लाहु फरमाते हैं तफ़ाअलू बिल खैरि तजिदूह, इफ़ यू बी अ पॉजिटिव all the positive things happen. If you are negative, always you asking why this, it will be an activity. One old man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asked him कि अना अजूज़ुन अक़ूरुन कबीरुन फ़ी सिन्नी व दाइन, मैं बहुत बड़ा हूँ, ओल्ड हूँ, बुढ़ा हूँ, तो मैं क्या करूँ. तो उन्होंने दुआ के लिए क्या, तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, आप फरमाया कि you are young, you are no old, Allah give you more life, Allah give you barakah. He keep asking same question 3 times. Prophet ﷺ said, "Hiya lak, this is for you." फौत हो गया. तो इसका क्या मतलब है कि if you are positive, wallahi the positive things happen. and अगर हम नेगेटिव हो गए, हाँ मुश्किल ज़रूर आती है. सब्र का पैमाना किधर है? हम इसलिए नहीं आपको सब्र सिखा रहे कि जी सारी मुश्किलात ही हमने करनी है, फेयरमोड का है तो हमने जाके नक्कासा में रहना है, ये नहीं हम कह रहे. We didn't say this कि if we promise you for example Fairmont, it will be Fairmont. If we promise you the Azizia apartment, it will be. It doesn't mean कि no buses, we didn't arrange. No, there are buses inshallah. You will see us with their team in Makkah and Medina, their team from there, all cause we selected. But after all this stuff, if any hardship happen, something is now in our hand. But trust me my brothers and sisters, when we have a good intention, now from now we are as a family. Trust me my brother and sister, when you come back, wallahi lazim आपका इतना strong relationship हो जाएगा. Every year we see this group now is closed. When you come back, when we open this group, every day we see some pics. ये Glasgow वाले लंदन वालों के पास आए हुए हैं. The London people they going to Edinburgh. यानी अजीब mixing. Still until now, look, last year people, subhanallah, until now they दावतें एक दूसरे की, and they meet each other and they visiting each other. This is the relationship of the Hajj. This is the relationship of the Deen and ukhuwatul Islam के brotherhood, भाईपन जो इस्लाम का है वो यही है कि इख्तिलाफात जो हैं वो रहमत हैं. द इख्तिलाफात औला व अदम औला. हाथ को इधर बंदा पार रखता है, someone put it there, someone leaving his hand. All this madhahib is rahma. يعني is इख्तिलाफ between the ulama rahma. Everyone has got his own dalil. Okay, who I am after 14 years, मैं आगे कहूँ जी ये सारे इख्तिलाफात जो पहले लोगों ने किए वो गलत किए, मुझे जो पता what I know is right. No. All this ikhtilaf is rahmah. For example, someone wanna combine the salah in Mina and Arafah. Let him combine. Someone say, I'm Hanafi in the ayah in Kitaban Mawquta. Okay, namaz, we have to pray on time. Let him do. Because my brother, he has a dalil and this one has dalil as well. Dalil mean evidence and authentic marji'. to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nothing from their mind. The Imam Mujtahideen, the different schools, different backgrounds, Imam Abu Hanifa and Malik and Shafi'i and Ahmed bin Hanbal, all of them, they are biggest Aimma. They have dalail. For example, in Makkah and Medina, आप उसको देख रहे हैं कि उसने हाथ इधर रखा है, brother ये आपकी नमाज सही नहीं है. Are you mufti? No. Are you sheikh? Are you alim? आप specialist हैं इस इल्म में नहीं, आप डॉक्टर हैं. अच्छा, किसी बंदे को इंग्लिश आने से डॉक्टर बन जाता है? Can I ask this question? कि अगर आपको इंग्लिश आती है, are you doctor? Your wife doctor? Why? Because she studied 4, 6, 7, 8 years, then she become doctor. Also Sharia like this. There are lots of years you have to spend, then you become as a alim, inshallah. So now we are very open with the open heart. Okay, you can ask us any questions. And again, thanks to all of you. You attend today this seminar, and inshallah, also our Pakistan Management Home Ministry and Foreign Ministry and the Ministry of Religious, and some brothers there with us now, and they also help us a lot. Jazakumullah khair. Make dua for them who done for us this thing easy, inshallah, until now. And all visa, taqriban 94 visas from 96, I think so, issued, alhamdulillah. And the ticket, inshallah, following within few days, because it's group ticket. And all the cause, all the asbab, all the foundation for Hajj, inshallah, done. Yes, هذا فضل من الله سبحانه وتعالى. We are happy to you ask us now. Yes.
Qurbani is not included in the package.
Yes, it's from the beginning mentioned. Is Qurbani not included in the package?
So if you have to arrange with you guys,
yeah, okay, I will mention. Okay, the Qurbani, uncle also asked me this very important question. Look, brother, why we don't put in the package? Lots of reasons. One of the reason, I was born in Makkah, and the reality, fiqhul waqi', the situation of Makkah, for example, I know very well. And subhanallah, I scared Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this thing, because for example, if I put it in the package, when I go there, if I find something cheap and if some no good organization, then we can deal with them, and मेरी जिम्मेदारी हट गई, अब उनकी जिम्मेदारी है. For this, ये हुकूक al-ibad का मसला. This masala is between man to man. Is no like huquq Allah. For example, we left salah, namaz, maybe Allah forgive us. But this £1, if I took from you, and if the qurbani not happened, if anything happened, you will, day of judgment, you will ask me, Qari Sahab, आपको पैसे दिए थे, आपने कुर्बानी सही तरह नहीं हुई थी, आपने तो किसी और को कह दिया था करने के लिए. So when we find a good place in Makkah, inshallah, we will let you know कि हम इनके साथ कर रहे हैं. But you have a choice: Saudi Bank, Islamic Bank, Rajhi Bank, Nama Bank. There are lots of banks, and also some people, इधर बहुत से लोग हैं, हमें पता है कि they have relative in Makkah and Medina. They trust them. Some of them, they wanna go with their relative to do with their own hand, but it will be quite difficult, because जिस दिन मैंने आपको बता रहा हूँ 10 का दिन is very tough day and difficult day. So उस दिन ज़्यादातर लोग ये कहते हैं कि जी आप हमारे behalf पे कर दें. तो is no include from the beginning. पैकेज में हमने किसी जगह पर कुर्बानी का mention. This is the reason. Okay. Any other question? Yes, sister.
Brother, I have 7. Inshallah, it benefits everyone. The first question: if we were to do Hajj Qiran, is that something we can do? Do we need to tell you so that when the Qurbani takes place, that they know our intention at the time of Qurbani? Because for us, we've gone the 11th. Is there 2, possibly 3 days before 8 until Hajj? So is there a possibility to do Hajj Qiran?
Okay, sister, this is up to your attention. The Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he done Hajj al-Qiran. There's no big difference between normally all the majority of the people, they will do tamattu'. Tamattu' mean, like Sheikh mentioned, okay, when we go first time from London Heathrow to Makkah, we will put our ihram with the attention of the Umrah. Allahumma inni uridu al-Umrah, oh Allah, I need this Umrah for myself, except easy. Then when you go to Makkah, we will take you to Haram, perform your Umrah, Tawaf and Sa'i, then Halaq and Qasr. Khalas, all the Amal al-Umrah finish. Then we will be a normal halal, like Makkah people, like normal life here. This is called tamattu'. Okay, the majority of the Hujjaj, they select this attention, and majority of you, inshallah, they will do tamattu'. Okay, some of them, they want to do Qiran. Quran is a Hajj and Umrah with one intention. Okay? One intention. Ki, oh Allah, labbaika Hajj, Umrah, Hajjatan, labbaika Umratan or Hajjah. Okay, you have to put your ihram with the intention of the Hajj. And when you go Makkah, you do tawaf and you have a choice if you want to perform your sa'i, what it called sa'yul hajj. It's mean, for example, when you go first time to haram, you can do tawaf and sa'i, but with the intention of this sa'i will be for hajj. Then after hajj you don't have to do this sa'i. You understand? But in the Quran, the ihram is still on. You can remove the ihram. Yes, you can remove the ihram, but it's up to you.
So you understood the answer, sister? So Hajj Quran is possible if you would like to do it. So which means that you will stay in your ihram for 3-4 days extra, and you will remain in the condition of ihram. And even in Quran and Tamattu, both you need to do Qurbani for Hajj. So you still have to organize your Qurbani with somebody from our team or from yourselves. So Qurbani is still must for Hajj in both Quran and Tamattu.
We need to tell you though that we're doing Hajj Quran for intention for Qurbani. You need to know the
You can tell us, that's fine. So, but obviously, is your conditions of ihram which will continue with you until you go for ihram. And yeah, Qurbani will be same in Tamattu or Quran. So if we do Qurbani through us, then you obviously need to let our point of contact know. So we take the payment from you, and then we will take your names and we will make sure the Qurbani is done on the 10th.
And because it will be Umrah first and then Itwaf al-Qudum before Hajj Quran, will we get extra time when we go to Haram Sharif to be able to do that extra Tawaf?
On Quran, yes, you will get enough time, inshallah.
Okay.
Before you're taken back to Azizi, inshallah. Yes.
Exactly. Just a few more questions, if it's okay. Do we need to have the hard copy of our vaccination proof?
ACWY. Yeah, take it with you, but no one check it. But and it's good for health. Seriously, after 3 years, last year I done. If you have to take this vaccination. It's good for health.
If they ask, then you're not stuck.
Yeah, take it with you, inshallah.
And for the flight, because of the timing, I mean, our time on the 11th, it's about 4:30. So, in terms of reading Salah, is it possible if we can join Zuhr Asr at Heathrow? Will there be time either on the aeroplane or when we reach to do Maghrib and Isha?
You can combine Salah because you're Musafir. So if you think that obviously due to flights or whatever else your Salah will be missed, so you can bring the Salah early. You can because of safar and journey, because you're traveling for under 15 days and you are Musafir, so you are allowed to combine the prayers together, inshallah, just to make sure that your Salah is done. Okay?
Will there be space on the airline, Saudi airline? Is there space?
Saudi airline, most of the flights have it at the back, but it's very limited. Only 3 to 4 people can stand there and to pray Salah. This is possible. Obviously, if you know that your flight timing is coming during the flight and the Salah is there, so you can pray within the flight as well, or you can pray as combined before, so you are on the safe side, inshallah.
And do we need to book Umrah, or do you book the Umrah? Because normally it's
No.
through the app, isn't it?
Umrah is not needed to be booked now. Okay. Just for Rawda in Medina, you may need to still book the slot for Riyadul Jannah in Medina. That's for later on, inshallah, not for Umrah.
And for men in the Tawaf, is it uncovering the shoulder for all 7 rounds or just for 3?
Uncovering the shoulders is for all 7 rounds. Ramal, uncover the shoulders. Uncovering the shoulders is for all 7 rounds. Ramal, the fast-paced walking, is for only 3 rounds, the first 3. Okay?
And can men take a shaver and shave their own head? So you're not queuing up?
You can. They can.
And
It's all questions you sent to one sister. That's nice. I like it. That's good. And plus you have noted it down. This is even better. So writing is like 10 times reading, as they say.
And I think in your talk you said that the day we land, after having some rest and having some to eat, we'll go to Haram Sharif that same day. Is that the case, or will we wait till the next day? Is it going to be that same
day? Mostly same day. Obviously, depending on.
We realize the situation. Inshallah, let me see. For example, if you reach, for example, 11 o'clock night time, okay, we'll eat something. We'll take rest for 3-4 hours, and we'll do make team with you, inshallah. Then we'll go to Haram. I know the last flight is a little bit tough, but rest is important, because the main thing again and again and again, some people they saying हम worship के लिए जाए, we doing ibadat. Brothers and sisters, everyone there for ibadah, everyone want to do ibadah. But more than important than ibadah, your hajj. think always about the 5 days of Hajj. Please, बहुत ज़्यादा उम्रे करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बहुत ज़्यादा हार्डशिप करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. No need to very muttaqi in these few days before Hajj. Be muttaqi during Hajj, because all this energy needed for Hajj. Because subhanallah, all the year you can go, my brothers and sisters, anytime you can go for Umrah. Yes, no? Now this is lifetime journey. This is a lots of ahkam, a lots of hardship. Then just you focus on 5 days of Hajj, yes, and leave all the stuff. Okay, do ibadah. When you some people they're in Fairmont after first Umrah, sari namazi haram mein padhe. Bilkul jaye haram mein bhi jaye, because you're front of the haram. And then when you go back to Azizia, we will take you. You have to. Yeah, we will take you. Inshallah, we have shuttles, shuttle coasters and everything. But for example, if you go for before the Dhuhr, before Asr, we will come back after Isha. Three namaz in the haram. But this will be 5th Dhul Hijjah and 6th. 7th is not possible. Just you will be in Azizia, lots of information and restriction and delivering you the durus. 7th, no any shuttle, inshallah. Yes.
मुझे explain कर.
सिर्फ एक सेकंड अगर इजाजत हो अंकल. पहले से
Can you explain the procedure of the proving the passport, Pakistani
Oh, yeah, it's
passport
good
and the
question.
British passport?
Get good question.
Both sides, Jeddah and
आप बताएं.
मैं ये कहना चाह रहा था कि कसर नमाज की लिए बता दें कि आपने कहाँ कहाँ कसर नमाज पढ़ी, कब से एप्लीकेबल होगी.
ये आप बताएं.
अगर आप दूसरों से शुरू चलते हैं, जाते हुए कसर नमाज पढ़ कर जाएंगे, ऐसे मुसाफिर जाएंगे या
बताते हैं.
Okay, the first question is a very important question. This is the scary question last year. But subhanallah, last year we were the first people who done this Hajj with Pakistani passport. There are other people, but no as a group. And हमने शायद सबसे ज़्यादा दिलेरी पिछले साल हमने मुजाहरा किया उसका, because people they were scared. Or I was also. Then I done this implement on my wife. I started with her. I sent her 2 weeks before कि कुछ होता है कि नहीं होता. She get through. मैंने कहा कुछ भी नहीं होगा. So other people they started after. So what you have to do? 2 passports, British passport and Pakistani passport with the visa. Both of them in your pocket, in your bag. What we give you. Okay. When you do check-in in Saudi Airlines at the Heathrow Airport, you will use which passport? Pakistani passport. Okay, this is my visa. This is because airline issued on Pakistani passport. Okay?
Aadhaar card?
No need. What I'm saying, just follow me. Pakistani passport and visa. What we gave you already. Yeah. The normal check-in, like international check-in. अब आप पहुंच गए after 6 hours you will reach Jeddah airport. The immigration will ask you your visa and again Pakistani passport. خلاص, that's it. आप बाहर आ गए, उसके बाद normal life with us inshallah. When you go back London, also you have to do check-in with Pakistani passport. Airlines, they will ask you, okay, you're going back London. Do you have any visa? Show them British passport. And that's smooth. What is it? And inshallah, इधर भी आपके साथ होंगे. In the Medina, inshallah, we will be there. Clear? नमाज का आप
The Qasr Salah, the Qasr Salah, Salatul Qasr is generally when we read 2 rakats instead of 4 rakats. So when you are Shar'i Musafir, when you are traveling for more than 3 days and 3 nights. So in the hadith it says that if you're traveling for more than 3 days and 3 nights, which is equivalent nowadays, ulama al-fuqaha, they have said if you're traveling for more than minimum 48 miles away from your house, and if you're staying in that locality, wherever you are going, in our case we're going to Makkah. Remember, Makkah is a separate place to Mina, and Mina is a separate place to Arafat. So all these are different localities. So do not include your days of Mina and Makkah together. So your days in Makkah is separate and your days in Mina is separate. So if you're staying there and for under 15 days and you're traveling for more than 48 miles, which is the case for us, we are musafir, we are Shari'i travelers, and Shari'i travelers have a discounted salawat and ibadah. So instead of 4 rakats like Zohar, Asr and Isha only, not Fajr and Maghrib is same, 3 rakats, Fajr is same, Zohar instead of 4. If you praying Salah individually or behind a Musafir Imam, like if I am with you, if I am reading Salah, I will lead 2 rakat Salah and all of you behind me will also read 2 rakat Salah. And if you're reading behind the Imam from Makkah, somebody who's living in Makkah, how many rakats he will read? 4. And how many rakats you will read behind him? 4, not 2, 4. So behind the Imam, even if you are Musafir, but behind the Imam who's not Musafir, you will read 4 rakat. So if you go to Haram, Kaaba, and you read Salah behind Sheikh Bandar Balila, Sheikh Sudais, and Sheikh other Imams, they're not Musafir. They will lead you in Zohar and rakats, 4. And you reading behind them. Even if you are Musafir, we will still read 4 rakats behind the Imam, because the Imam is not Musafir. So this is the ruling for Qasr Salah. With regards to combining the Salah, there is again both rulings. Hanafi school of thought believes that you have to pray Salah, every Salah in the right time. So Asr Salah in Asr time, Zohar in Zohar time, except on the day of Arafah. On the day of Arafah, if you're reading Salah behind the Imam of Hajj, who will give the khutbah of Hajj, behind the Imam, he will lead 2-2. He will lead Zohar 2, Asr 2. So if you're reading Salah behind the Imam, then all Imams say that you can read 2 rakat Salah and you can read combined as well. But if you're reading individually in your tents, then we have both options. In our groups, most people they pray combined, which is also possibility, and those who wish to pray later Asr and Asr time, that is also possible, inshallah. So this is the ruling of Qasr Salah and the Salah, Jama'at Salat, inshallah. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he led, he was Musafir, he came from Medina, he led 2 rakat Salah. So generally the Imams who lead the Imam, the Hajj, they're not Muqim, they're Musafirs, they came from other cities. So generally, whoever the Imam is, obviously they know their fiqh, according to their own rulings, they will lead 2 rakat Salah or 4 rakat Salah. So whatever they lead, you read behind. And obviously, every Haji, 2 to 3 million Hujjaj, 20 से 30 लाख Haji honge. And Masjid al-Nimra, where Imam will give khutbah of Hajj, cannot hold 3 million people. And 3 million people cannot be in one place together. Arafat is a big ground. So some people will be next to the masjid where Imam will be. So those who are there, they will read Salah behind him. And those who are not there, you don't have to be there. As long as you are in Arafat, anywhere in Arafat. So mostly in our own tents, in air-conditioned tents, because it will be very hot, because we'll be there from Zohar till Maghrib at least. Okay, so mostly we will stay within our tents. So within your tent, you will have the Imam and the Muallimin. They will lead you Salah, inshallah, for Zohar and Asr as well. And then obviously we will continue like that. Okay, so this is how the Arafah day goes on. Brother at the back.
Visa जो आए हैं उनको प्रिंट करके उसके अंदर लगाना है पासपोर्ट के बस तरह से.
ठीक है, दूसरा क्वेश्चन.
कैश कितना पैसा मिलेगा?
ठीक है, Qariba के साथ will answer both of these questions. Apart from this, any other Shari religious question regarding Hajj? Brother?
Just where you're sure on the shoes that you wear. So whether it's slip or a certain part.
Yeah, generally, is that question finished? The top part of your feet, the bone part of your feet should be exposed as far as possible. So now you can wear slippers, flip-flops, or the other slippers with the you can tie your at the back as well. As long as your top part of your feet is exposed, inshallah that should cover.
In state of ihram for Hajj from 8.
This is until you are in the state of ihram only. In the Umrah and in the Hajj, 3 days of Hajj, inshallah. Okay? सवाल था कि वीजा प्रिंट करके कहाँ जाना है और
Okay, brother, when you go, you have to print visa print and your passport, like we said, British Pakistani passport, and the ticket is it's okay because it is a group ticket. Yeah, you use this by system, but if we send you, inshallah, if you print it, no problem. ACWY, like the body ask. Yeah, this is the stuff you need, I think, so nothing else. And regarding the cash, brothers, depend on how much you will spend, how many gift you want to get. You understand? Because they're half board bases in Fairmont. If you are Fairmont package, they are full board in Azizia. Is Asian, let me explain you also this. Makkah, the 5-star people in Fairmont and Dar al-Hijrah, half board mean breakfast and dinner, sorry. These 2 foods is the international food, international level, intercontinental. It's mean no Asian food there, okay? When we come to Azizia, inshallah, it will be Asian food with the mixed English, okay? During Hajj, days of Hajj, this food provided by ministry and provided by Muallim, provided by system, what we paid already for a zone, and it will be also buffet like last year. but also there it will be no oily things. It's good during Hajj because we use healthy food and no need to go bathroom again and again and again. Also in Medina half boat, I think so. Food wise, you don't have to spend 1 riyal. But other than this, for example, you want to buy dates, you want to buy gifts and something like this. Saudi are cheaper than UK. 1 riyal is a 450, 470. 1 pound for yeah. And for example, I will give you as an example, if you want to buy a kg of dates, for example, the best ajwa is no more than 120 riyal, no more than 20 pound. Okay, and it depends on you. For example, you want to buy a lot of gifts just for yourself. From our side, they have food provided in Fairmont, they have food provided in Azizia full boat, they have food provided in Dar Hijra Intercontinental, and during days of Hajj. It's clear?
All the caddies for your personal spending, your gifts and your dates and your other...
It's clear, brother?
10,000 pounds?
Okay, Qurbani is, it's costing of Qurbani, for example, my brother, is no more than 120 pounds. Khalas? Take, for example, we do 500-600 pounds, it should be enough, inshallah.
Between 500 to 1,000 pounds should be, inshallah.
Should be enough, okay?
What about the Zamzam water in return?
We will give you, inshallah, we'll provide you. It's a 5 liter.
When we pay for Qurbani, do we have to pay cash or we can pay by card, and how it works?
Is by I think so it's cash. And if you want to pay, for example, to the banks also, they give you a coupon, and also you have to give them cash. If through us, also cash. If you stuck, inshallah we can sort it, no problem. Uncle, just 1 second.
Yeah, I was going to say about the Qurbani. So do we pay you here or in South?
In Makkah, my brother, when we see the situation, we will let you know how much is it, but it's no more than our expectation and as experience, no more than 120 pounds. Yeah.
Can we give you pounds or do you want them in the riyal?
Up to you, my brother, as your wish, inshallah. Yes.
Does the Qurbani physically have to be in Saudi Arabia? Can it be in a different country?
No, Makkah, in Haram only. There is 2 types of Qurbanis, by the way. One is your Eid Qurbani, normal Qurbani, which we do in the UK as well. That is different to Hajj Qurbani, by the way. So Hajj Qurbani is wajib for all Hajis who is doing Tamattu or Qiran Hajj. So it has to be done within Haram boundary. Okay? So it cannot be done in India, which is only 20 pounds. So it has to be done within Haram. And the other Qurbani, obviously you can do in the UK or in Pakistan or anywhere else. You can tell your families to do it for you. That is a separate issue anyway. Okay, anybody else, sisters, brothers? Good? Alhamdulillah. And Baji, ya boli.
Number one, when we take our stuff from Azizia to Mina, obviously we're traveling as light as possible, using our main luggage.
Yes.
But then we have to repack again, I guess, just to go to Arafat. We take everything with us. Then we leave stuff in Mina.
तो जो सामान मेरा लेके जाएंगे वो मेरा में रहेगा ना
I don't think so. There are luggages and saman in Mina. I don't think so. We no need anything. Very lighter than light. Light means just 2 sheets of ihram and some stuff for ladies, 1-2 clothes and nothing else. All food there. And when seriously, the place is like grave. Just when you move right, you will see who is there. When you move left, also you can see this one. It's just for 1 day. The day of 8 is tough, but during days of 10, 11, 12 is because some people in Mina, some people in Makkah, some people they doing tawaf. It will be just 1 day. We have to be patient, inshallah. No need anything, sister, seriously. Because we will be a stick when we give the last instruction in Azizia, कि क्या लेके जाना, क्या नहीं लेके जाना. But no afsh, no saman, no luggages. Just we provide these Al-Amanah bags. I think so more than enough. We do, some people they're taking with them bags like they're traveling to Holland and they're traveling to Spain. No, it's no holiday. It's Hajj. Yes.
एक और सवाल ये कि जब हम हज मुकम्मल कर लेंगे इंशाल्लाह कितना टाइम होगा between us finishing Hajj and going to Medina? Should we leave the same day or the next day?
Yeah. देखिए अभी हमने आपको जैसे हमारे हज में बताया ना, we mentioned you night of 12 is the last day, यानी 11, 10, 11, 12 before Maghrib we have to leave Mina. These people called Allah mentioned in the Quran فَمَنْ تَعَجَّلَ فِي يَوْمَيْنِ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ Okay, if you stay 2 days and you've left after 2 days, and if you done isti'jal quicker, no harm, no guna, no sins. وَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. If you stay 1 day extra, فَلَا إِثْمَ, no sins, no harm. ذَلِكَ لِمَنِ اتَّقَى, who is a more pious and more taqwa, more muttaqi. Rasulullah SAW select 1 day extra. Then the Mina will be open, our tents will be open, their food, but it's really it's up to you if you wanna spend 1 day extra and no. आपको वापस अजीज़िया में आना है 12, up to you. If you wanna continue 1 night more, 13 को वापस आके we will do Tawaf al-Wida. 14 of the Hijjah we will leave Makkah to Medina, Dar al-Hijrah intercontinental, inshallah. We have 1 day, 1.5 days.
1 to 2 days depending on when we leave.
Yes, sister. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, seriously, yes. We will try to provide, inshallah, if there's 2 systems. If, for example, if it's a personally, for example, individually, then we will let you know. If it's a by group, we will arrange it, inshallah. Last year, subhanAllah, without permission, without anything, for permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I take the group there. I spoke to someone, all the people inside, subhanAllah. The people waiting for permission, last year, no, I didn't say this year as well, last year. So we will try our best to, inshallah, take you Riyadul Jannah. But keep in your mind, some people उधर जाके गुस्से में आ जाते हैं कि हम रियादुल जन्नह नहीं गए तो हज हमारा ख़राब है. नो, रियादुल जन्नह का कोई हज के साथ, अमाल हज के साथ कोई ताल्लुक़ नहीं है. This is extra thing. If Allah give you this opportunity, alhamdulillah. If not, then don't be angry, please. We will try our best. If it's individually, we will let you know these days, try, keep try. If not, then if it's as a group, we will try to take it. Last year, failure with the individually, failure with the groups. Then I spoke to someone, subhanallah, help us. 10 बंदे करके लोगों को धक्के मारे थे, पता, और people they get through, alhamdulillah. You remember Adil bhai in the back? Yes, anyone else?
From Azizia to Mina and from Arafat to Muzdalifah, did you have any group members who would be willing to do all by walking? And how much distance will it be covering around? Instead of wasting time sitting 6 hours in a
I will let you know, inshallah. The car number LY68KUK.
Black Mitsubishi LY68KUK.
What is it?
Who is it? If you have, please move the car so we can. Thanks.
Okay.
सवाल था कि आपको सवाल था कि if people want to walk, थोड़ा पास से जो बदल जाना चाहते हैं.
Distance कितना है? How much distance?
Technical.
मुफ्ती साहब जो है वो सही है. मैं शरी और टेक्निकल, शरी हुआ टेक्निकल तो ये further advice from us, the difficulties of Hajj, if we put them in our mind, be with us. Why? For example, अभी तो आपके अंदर बड़ी हिम्मत है और you have a strength and quwwah, but during Hajj, my brother, I'm from Makkah, wallahi we lost the places, we don't know. मुझे नहीं पता चलता मैं किधर खड़ा हूँ, बस ये पता होता कि ऑपरेशन इधर से ऐसे करना, ये एरिया ऐसे है. So if you say you want to leave us in Arafah and then you go by walk.
What I meant to say that do you have any groups who would like to who are willing to walk?
Yeah. Sometimes no from Arafah, brother. We do from Makkah to.
Join them and.
I will let you know. From Makkah to Mina by bus. Everyone, okay? Mina to.
How far is it?
Is from Azizia, for example, where we will be, is like 1.5 kilometer to 1.7, 1.8 kilometer.
If it covers that distance by bus in 4 hours, we can be there.
I don't think so, inshallah, by 4 hours. We will select the good times, inshallah, bismillah. We will do operation, just follow us, bismillah, maybe within 40 minutes, maybe half an hour, but no promise. Yeah, if you want to go, it's 1.7 kilometers, but we don't recommend, yeah. From Mina to Arafah, I think so. Yes, from Mina to Arafah is I think so 7 kilometers. From Arafah to Muzdalifah, sometime there's some route 12 kilometers, some of them 8 kilometers, some 12 kilometers, some routes. No need. Last.
We don't have any tracks made.
Fair tracks.
There'll be people walking. For the walking people.
Yes.
More lesser than the.
Yes, I did.
Can we clarify the wheelchair situation on the ground?
Yeah, okay. Wheelchair situation is very important. Last thing, sister, brothers and sisters, please keep attention. We're still speaking, I think so. Okay, we just said okay, during Hajj, just please listen to us for a few days, and inshallah, then you can do what you want, inshallah. Regarding the wheelchairs, very important. I'm talking, I think so. Please. Wheelchairs very important. Okay, we said, for example, some people they can walk normally. When we can see the situation, please listen to us also. कि हम आपको कहेंगे भाईजान आप तवाफ ना करें, please wheelchair ले लें. Why? We can see the situation, what is after. Then this time in the Haram, there are 3 ways of the wheelchairs. One is electric wheelchair, very easy to drive. You can take it, बैठ जाओ जैसे गाड़ी चलाते हैं छोटी छोटी, very easy. And another way, okay, there are some people they push. They take 200-300 riyal. This is not from us, definitely. This is for you. You have to pay, and they take you after tawaf and sa'i. We tell them meeting point. पैसे उस time you don't have to pay them until they come back. Same meeting point. We have team. They arrange communication with them and communicate with them. कि आप जब इधर आओगे, the money with me. जब पूरा तवाफ और साई खत्म हो जाएगा, when you finish, take you back in this meeting point, then we pay. Why? Because a lot of time वो आपको उधर उतारते थे, they drop you in sa'i and some marwa and big headache for the haji. मैं इधर खड़ा हूँ, हम उधर खड़े हैं, 10 घंटे की बहुत मुश्किल हो जाती है. So we have some things to do. Inshallah, it will be easier. About the during Hajj, some people asking, जिनकी अपनी wheelchair हैं, वो अपने आप को जो उनके साथ जाने वाले हैं, वो उनको assist करें. We will help, but no promise from us कि हम आपको पूरी जर्नी जो wheelchair पे करवा सकेंगे. It's not possible. Last year the people what they done कि subhanallah we have some eldest people जिधर उनको like two uncles जिधर उनको खुद ढूंढ के ना ऐसे वो माशाल्लाह इतने समझदार हो गए थे, वो हमारे साथ चलते चलते ना खुद रेडियो पे जाके बैठ जाते थे. अंकल किधर गए हैं? वो मैं बैठ गया हूँ, आप चलो मैं साथ चलता हूँ. तो उधर 50-100 रियाल पे बंदे मिल जाते हैं जो साथ वो करते हैं. If you looking for example full someone has to be with you, then is another arrangement to assist you as a wheelchair, inshallah. Yeah. Haram and tawaf is easy, but during Hajj is difficult. हम ये नहीं कि आपको छोड़ देंगे अंकल कि आप पीछे हैं तो चलो अब अगले हज में आपको लेंगे. No, there's no like we'll be with you, inshallah. We'll take care of you, but we can't push all the journey. Last question, I think so. If you any yes, name sir.
Yes,
Salam alaikum.
ऐसा है कि जिन लोगों ने उम्रा किया हुआ ऑलरेडी ब्रिटिश पासपोर्ट पे लास्ट ईयर या पहले से इस साल भी वीज़ा उनका वैलिड है, उनने नुस्ख या तवक्कुलनामा पे ऑलरेडी एंट्री की हुई है जिसमें हमने अपना इतिकाफ की या रियाजुल जन्ना की, उसमें वो बंद है कि यू कांट डू मोर देन वंस इन अ ईयर. अब जब हमने नया वो अपलोड करना है या करना है हज के हवाले से, तो उसमें हमने पाकिस्तानी वीज़ा डाल के नई सिरे से करना, पहले का जिक्र नहीं होना चाहिए. इसमें थोड़ी रोशनी.
हाँ जी, ये
काफ़ी सारे अहबाब इसमें होंगे.
जी, ये the question is, for example, now the new system and new rule and regulation of the Ministry of Hajj, if you done Umrah, if you took the ziyarah for Riyadul Jannah, you have to take next one next year. All the year आपको forbidden, you can take another permission. But now because no one travel with Pakistani passport, he giving us good advice and suggestion कि अगर आप Pakistani passport से डालोगे तो then you will can get Riyadul Jannah. But it's too tough. Is seriously sometime नहीं मिलता. उसका हल करना पड़ता है. दूसरे लफ्ज़ों में पाकिस्तानी लफ्ज़ों में जुगाड़ करना पड़ता है. कभी जुगाड़ करना पड़ता है कि इसको दो चीज़ों को इकट्ठा जोड़ के result something else. And the two things is Sughra and Kubra something else. So कोशिश करेंगे कि if they are in the group system, in our system, in the Hajj system, we will try to get this thing in advance and we will let you know. अगर इन्होंने इस साल ना डाला उस ग्रुप में तो फिर उधर जुगाड़ करने की कोशिश करेंगे. अल्लाह ने कामयाब किया अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, या फिर वही ट्राई करेंगे इंडिविजुअली जैसे अब्बासी साहब ने फरमाया कि keep trying with the new passports. Yes. Any another question? Yes, brother, you can.
Do we need to take anything with us?
Nothing, my brother. Just sleeping bag. Yeah, sleeping bag. It will be inshallah in Arafah. Yes, sleeping mat. Small, like you can. Yes, on the floor. Sleeping bag. Inshallah, will provide. The Muallim will provide. And in Arafah, you will take one with you, inshallah.
There are no tents
and some waters.
It's only a night stay and.
Yeah.
Product under the skies.
Yeah, also the facilities in the Muzdalifah, very bad, my brothers and sisters, to be honest with you, in Muzdalifah especially. I will give you examples, 3 examples sometime. We can see the big queues, and someone, bichara piche se aa raha hai, he doesn't see any queue. Bichara dekh raha hai, targeting when the bathroom will be open, when the bathroom will be open. He asking like a zikr, let the bathroom be open. And he jumping all these 10 people, when जो बिचारा अंदर बाथरूम में भी निकला नहीं, वो पहले अंदर दाखिल हो जाता है. तो ये नहीं देखते इधर कौन खड़ा हुआ है. माधुर, the situation, what he can do, माधुर. वो नहीं कि वो जानबूझ के कर रहा है बड़ा, उसको मजा आ रहा है ऐसे करते हुए. But he's in the situation. Muzdalifah is tough. इसलिए the day of Arafah, eat properly, use the bathroom properly in Arafah, yeah, and we'll eat something very light in Muzdalifah. Some boxes, water, some small biscuits, something like this. Sabr for one day, because bathroom is too tough in Muzdalifah, seriously. Big queues. So the government, they've done a lots of bathrooms. Every year they add, but still capacity of the bathroom less than the Hujjaj. Yes, my brother, in the end. Sorry. नहीं वो सबसे वो बेचारा कब से you in the end brother.
On the 7th.
Huh?
For the group that are traveling on the 7th of June, there's 6 or 7 days before we leave for Mina. Is there any ziyaras in between?
Yeah, last year what we done, inshallah with this year also, okay, when we leave Fairmont Clock Tower for after 3 nights, on the way to Azizia, we will try if they open. For example, this year the system is really tough. I was in Makkah 2 days ago. They strict more than last year. किसी बंदे को दाखिल होना आना, checkpoints, and subhanallah Makkah is empty and it's very organized. If they let us go to Mina and Arafah and Muzdalifah, normally what we do when we leave Fairmont Clock Tower for Azizia, on the way we do ziyarat inshallah. But also one एक और चीज़ जो आखिरी रह गई है कि subhanallah, the faces in Fairmont Clock Tower like this, very happy. Same faces when they go to Azizia. Look at the difference. I don't know why. Insan. But I think so. Same faces in Azizia in the beginning like this, during Hajj. Camera हमारा है. Yes, Uncle.
Any arrangements for halak in when we complete our Hajj? After Qurbani?
Halak?
Yes, if we don't go to
shape. Any arrangements? Yeah. कौन करेगा ये पूछ रहे हैं. दुकानें हैं, lot of shops around. जी बहुत सारी हैं. वो आपको हर बंदा पकड़ ले जाए. साहब इधर आओ, मेरे साथ आओ. मीना में भी है, मीना में नहीं, बाहर जब अजीजिया में उधर भी हैं, मक्के के अंदर भी हैं. तो आप उधर भी हैं, हर जगह पे हैं. वो आपको हजारों मिल जाएंगे. So you will find so many people offering you, come to my shop, come to my shop, come to my shop, come to my shop. But obviously try to be sensible, be close to your hotel, so you can have a shave and then straight away to Azizia hotel for a shower. Azizia के अंदर मिल जाएंगे आप. Okay, brothers and sisters, is that all for now, inshallah? Jazakallah khair, may Allah reward you all.
لبيك اللهم